that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, now she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really happens to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't never knew existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, now she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really happens to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, and she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really happens to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really happens to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Let me show y'all what this life about. Get the lights up. Let's go. Yeah, money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flued out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really happens to this. Come with me, I can show you. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Let's go. Yeah, money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, y'all ready? Let's go. I don't think y'all ready, man. Y'all ready to start this show? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ready.
Thought it was me and you, but you had other Hey, know I'm tone bite, know I'm tone bite, know I'm tone bite. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. You might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, no tone bite, Ratchet TV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. So boom. Man. We gotta talk Ratchet Gang. We gotta chop it up. Look, right about now, we got to talk about everything that's been going on from Tisa Tales to the Diddy case. But hold on, before I start, I want to create a poll real quick and ask y'all, how should we start the show? Salute TT for that $5. Thank you, TT. Salute. Should we start the show off with Tisa Tells Lies? Or should we start off with Diddy Info? What should we start off with, gang? Let me know in the chat. I'm going to do that poll right there. Let me know in the chat. How should we start this show off? Should we start this show off with Tisa Tells Lies? Or should we start this show off with some Diddy information? Because we got a show for y'all tonight. I'm going to cook up something for y'all. You got to understand, Big Ratchet has to be very strategic when it comes to this right now. Because they playing some weird, dirty little games. The women content creators then conjured up a plan, trying to get Ratchet up out the way, lying. Look, I done heard Ratchet got a warrant for his arrest. What? Stop. And y'all be believing, the crazy thing is y'all be believing this goofy shit on the internet. RatchetTV is on probation and violates his probation by going to new. Ratchet ain't on no goddamn probation. That's number one. First of all, Big Ratchet ain't on probation. That's one lie right there. RatchetTV violates probation by going to New York. Cap. Big Cap, I'm at home right now. Why don't you tell them, look, let me show you how cap this is. Why don't you tell them RatchetTV's in his house that everybody knows where he lives at and the address to this house. And I'm on live right now. Okay, yeah, anyway, let's get past that cap. Let's get past the cap. The cap, I think you people are so fanned out and it's getting ridiculous. The fact that I got Tisa Tales Tisa Tales ain't addressed nobody. Who didn't ever really had Tisa Tales shook like this before? Be real, Ratchet Gang. We own one right now. Who really has ever had Tisa Tales shook to the point where she can't even do her content no more? It's about me now. Her content is me now. We done made it to the big leagues, baby. We done made it to the big leagues, Ratchet Gang. That woman can't even conjure up a sentence that don't got something to do with Big RatchetTV. We doing our big one right now. I told y'all she was another Cassie Ventura. I told y'all she was Cassie. She's a Karen. Tisa Tales is a Karen. But also, before I even get started with this, we did a deep dive on Jackie, whatever the fuck her name is. It ain't Tisa. I tell you that, it ain't Tisa. But then we did a whole deep dive, and the ancestry is coming back to Asian descent from the Philippines, Hawaiian, everything other than black. So I want to know why you called me a broke ass nigga. Why did you use the N-word? You used a slur. You used a slur to define me. I feel like that's some racist shit, bro. I gotta be real. That was kind of fucked up. They said, fact, she sure did. I hate Tisa, they said. Damn, she said, I hate Tisa. Yeah, she called me the N-word. And I thought she was black, so I didn't really I wasn't really offended by that. But now that I've done my due diligence, and Ratchet Gang knows, I even showed y'all on my Discord server, am I lying, Ratchet Gang? The lady ain't black. Like, it just is what it is. You can spend it however you want to spend it. She done told people she got black grandparents. Okay, how you got black grandparents and don't got black parents? First of all, let's not speed past that. You told the whole world you had black grandparents. You cannot have the grandparents without the parents. Y'all got to stop being fooled by everything somebody say to y'all. You got to start making it make sense. Wait. You got what grandparents? What the fuck do you mean you got African American grandparents, but your parents is Hawaiian and Filipino? Because I showed y'all, no cap in my rap, the daddy is from the Philippines. And the dad moved to Honolulu to meet the mother, who is Hawaiian. So why you calling me the N-word? We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Hey, Tisa, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Hey, Jacqueline, one more time. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. We don't want to hear you say it no more. We don't want to hear you say that shit again. You need to apologize to our community for using that slur to define one of our kings, as in RatchetTV. I'm a king. Baby, why are you addressing me as the N-word? I didn't address you as the B. See, I could have been like Tupac and wonder why they call you bitch. I could have been like Tupac and just wondered why these niggas is calling you the B word. But I didn't do that. I was being real humble with you. I was being real cool. I was playing it as cool as I could have. But now I want to know, Tisa, Jacqueline, I ain't gonna say your last name because I don't want to dox you, but I've done my research. Girl, you're not African American. Why you use the N-word? We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Tisa, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. We done heard you say it. I got you out your body enough to use the slur that you've been wanting to use. She say broke ass niggas. And she couldn't, and the emphasis on the N when she said it, she couldn't wait to say that. That was like a, you know what I'm saying? You get a YT, just, you know what I'm saying? They get so angry. You fight, and they just say it. You know what I'm saying? They've been wanting to say the shit. I got her, so she been wanting to say that. That was, listen, let's be real. The way she said it, broke ass. She couldn't wait to say it. She couldn't wait to say that shit. But I got her at her body enough to get her to say it. Now you owe us an apology because we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. We don't want to hear you say it no more, Tisa. Apologize. You owe us an apology for that bullshit you did. Anyway, let's continue. She was nasty calling somebody broke. It's okay. She can call me as broke as she wants to call me. She can call me whatever she wants to. But the crazy part is, what the fuck does it don't got nothing to do with me. You want to bring my personal life into it. You want to bring what, that's cool, Tisa. You're further proving my point. You've done everything to deflect away from what I've said. Everything that you've done from this point has been a complete deflection. All you're doing is deflecting what RatchetTV's put out there, the facts. Then you went on your platform to say that we were paid by the defense. Then you went on to say that the defense contacted you trying to get you to spin the narrative and you wouldn't take the bait. I'm not for sale. I would not sell out. I am not for sale. They will not do it to me. They came to me and they said they wanted me to change the narrative. They wanted my stories to change. They came to me. They offered me money. You lying, conniving bitch. You lying, conniving little witch, you. Now, let's be very serious right now, gang. If them people would have contacted Tisa to spin the narrative, you are waiting to tell us now because either you were thinking about taking the bait or you're just flat out fucking lying, because we all know you can't hold water, baby. If Diddy's team would have came to you, a minute later, you would be live on your YouTube channel making a damn video about it, and that would have been your content for the next 3 years. Let's keep it a big buck. You ain't eating without this Diddy case, baby. You made $124,000 since January covering the Diddy case. You ain't made $100,000 in no point of your career. You're not Big Ratchet. Hence where I'm at right now. By myself. Just chilling in my YouTube room. You're not me, baby. So there's no jealous bone in my body. You just got called out for being a fucking liar. So now you want to spin the narrative as if Diddy's team paid everyone who is going against you right now. Now there's an attempt to assassinate Tisa Tales. You're a fucking liar. This couldn't be any further from the truth. You also got Nancy Grace to re-upload a video. Nancy, let me tell you something. You Grinch looking motherfucker. Let me tell you something. You fucking Grinch. I can't believe these people would really... Why are you in a car, Tisa? Why are you in a car and not out live on the scene? That was fucking pre-planned. That was pre-planned. Why can't she be in the car on your damn live? So that means y'all spoke before this shit and you already knew some shit. Y'all planned this shit out. I'm not stupid, Tisa. I'm not stupid, Nancy. I can't believe you're sitting there in a car right now. Come on, tell us, why are you in a car? Why are you in a car right now, Tisa? Because the Diddy supporters all came for me and they were always going to kill me. I didn't know what to do. I can't believe they would do something like that, Tisa. I cannot believe that. You cowards. You freaking cowards. You're a coward and you're not a man. You are not a man. You're just like Sean Combs. You're exactly like him, as a matter of fact. You're no better than Diddy. You are no better than Diddy. Go comb your fucking hair, Nancy. Let's start there. Go comb your damn hair. You've been wearing that same motherfucking hairstyle since 1999. Let's start there, Nancy, since you want to get on my fucking bad side. I done told your goofy ass to take that shit off the internet. Now I'm suing the draws off you. I'm suing the draws off you, Nancy. I promise you, I'm suing the draws off your country ass. You bet your bottom fucking dollar. I can tell by the hairstyle you wear, you used to get dog walked by our culture. I can tell. You done been bent over a few trailers. I can tell. I can see what it is. Nigga told you I'm going to get a gallon of milk. I'll be right back. Let me use your EBT. Let me use your EBT. I could tell it was tax season a few times around your goofy looking ass. I could tell somebody had fun with your tax money a few years. And I'm happy they did it. I'm happy they did it. And I could tell Tisa has been done wrong by a black man at some point in her life. That girl can't get over it. She has a vendetta when it comes to our culture. And y'all falling for it. But I'm starting to see a lot of black men waking up. I've started to see more black men have been waking up watching the Tisa Tales story. And I'm happy. It's time for us to take our shit back, bruh, as kings. I'm just saying as kings, bruh. There's a reason why Kamala couldn't win. And you're using that same black token as Kamala tried to use. Oh, I grew up in a black home. Oh, yeah, my family. Girl, you were of Indian descent. Stop the fucking cap. Just like Tisa, you're an Asian. Show us an ancestry report. Show us your baby pictures. Since you black, show us. Ain't nobody got a problem going back in their childhood to show you a child picture. Show us your people. Show us your cousins. Show us your Hawaiian kinfolk and them. You know what I'm saying? Show us your Honolulu kinfolk. Let's talk about the Hawaiian kinfolk. Let's start right there, Tisa. I'm tired of this woman lying, bro. There's static. Y'all can't hear me? Hold on. Wait. Is it still static right now? Or can y'all hear me? I'm going to have to plug my charger up in a minute. I think it was static as my charger. Can y'all hear me now? My bad. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know. Can y'all hear me? We good? Are we good now? Is it better? Let me see. Can y'all hear me now? My bad. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Can y'all hear me now? All right. Hold on. 1 second. Now? Is it better? 1 second. Let me go back and make sure. I think I just might have fixed it. Let me see. All right. We good? Hold on. 1 second. Now? Is it better? 1 second. Let me go back. I think I'm good now. Am I good now, y'all? Let me know in the chat. Am I good now? All right, my bad. We cool? We cool? We cool? I had to refresh my screen. All right, that sound be good. All right, cool. All right, my bad. I think it was my charger, bro. It might have been my charger. I'll just plug it in a few minutes. My phone on like 30%, but it's all good. All right, my fault. So drop the gems if we good, so I can continue going. Drop the gems if we good. We good? We good? Everybody let me know we good, we good, we good, we good. Okay, cool. So let's get back to this. Why is it that you're trying so hard to deflect from the truth, Tisa? Why did you not have the same story as everybody else? And let me, I'm going to put this out there. Look, I'm kind of loose. I've been drinking, so it is what it is. I want to put names on it. And I don't want to dance around the situation anymore. I'm going to put names in this shit. I really just feel like getting loose and just putting names on all this shit. Because I could really address some shit right now. If I get 800 likes on this video, I'm finna put names on this shit because I really just got off a group chat with some people and there was a lot of shit said. And I really want to and it's content creators too. I really just want to air this shit out. And it ain't no smoke. It ain't gonna be no smoke with nobody on my end. I just really want to put names on it. If y'all get 800 likes, I'm finna just put some people. I'm sorry, y'all. I fuck with y'all, but I really just I want to get this shit off my chest. If 800 if everybody double tap that screen right now, I see a lot of people in the building. I know a lot of people in the bushes. So you might be here for Tisa, you might be here for whoever, but you here with Big Ratchet right now. So if I don't get 800 likes on the video, I'm not airing nothing out. I'm just being real. If 800 likes don't come across that screen, I'm not gonna air nothing out. If y'all don't double tap the screen, I could really put some shit out there right now. I'm being nice, and I've been nice by holding back on what I really want to say, but right now I just don't give a fuck. Do y'all want me to do it? Do y'all want me to do it? I need 200 more likes. I need 200 people to double tap the screen right now, and I'm finna air out one of your favorite content creators probably. And I ain't gonna air them out. Now let me stop. I'm not gonna air them out, but I'm definitely gonna insert them in my bullshit. Oh yeah, you know I'm about to do it. We need 200 likes. I need 200 people to double tap that screen and we finna go in. Because I was on the phone, matter of fact, damn, it was on this phone. I was on a phone call for over an hour with a few content creators. It's a lot of weird shit going on too. It's a lot of weird shit going on. Y'all want me to air out what's been going on behind the scenes? We need 100 more likes. I only listen to you, Ratchet, as you should, baby. As you should. I'm the biggest. You need to listen to me. Salute to you. Salute. We got $30 on the screen. Salute to everybody who donated to the channel. All right, we almost there, y'all. We almost at 700. I don't know if y'all want to hear. Do y'all want to hear it? I could give y'all one name right now, and then I'll give y'all another one when we get 100 more likes. Y'all want to give y'all one name right now? Y'all want me to give y'all one name right now? Armand Wiggins. There's another one though. Armand, I fuck with you, my boy. I fuck with you, Armand. This ain't no shade. This ain't no beef between me and you. We just got off a phone conversation, and it was a few of us on the phone. That's one name. That was one name. You had other YouTubers listening to you live in New York. I got YouTubers listening to me from everywhere, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Let's keep it. All right, we need 100 more people. Double tap your screen. Matter of fact, 100 more people. Double tap your screen and we finna get this live started. Come on, I'm finna air out some shit right now. Excuse me. All right, hold on. Let me fix this over here. All right, let's go back over here and do this. All right, boom. There we go. All right, y'all ready? Let's go, man. Come on, let's go. I'm ready. I don't know if y'all ready. All right, so look, fuck it. Let's do it. So I was on a phone conversation it was me at a certain point. It was Armand Wiggins. it was Nick at night. Uda got on the phone at a certain point. Now Uda and Armand had words. They was into it about some whole other shit. It was crazy. Uda and Armand, I think they ended up squashing it, but I'm just airing some shit out. So it was bad. Like Uda and Armand was at each other throats. No Diddy. They was at each other throats. It was arguing on the phone. I tried to be the mediator. It got bad. It was bad. And then I don't know what ended up happening with them, but anyway, Nick at night is on the phone, and we all chopping it up, and everyone feels the same way I do. Now, I don't know if anybody will get on their platform and say this. I don't need nobody to defend me or to come to my motherfucking aid, because Ratchet got this. But I know that Nick at night feels the same way I do. She also feels like it's some shade slightly thrown her way. Armand Wiggins feels some shade slightly thrown his way, but Armand don't want nothing to do with this shit. He's like, you know what, I don't do beef. I'm just, I'm keeping tunnel vision. I'm chilling on Karen. I'm chilling on Karen, but she's a fucking liar. Nick at night, she's a fucking liar. Not as a liar. I'm saying that's what Armand's saying, and that's what Nick is saying. She's a fucking liar. Everyone knows that all Tisa tells does is lie. Everybody knows it. This ain't something that I'm just throwing shade. This is something that everybody feels. We all been on the phone, like just like Nick and I said, we was all chilling that day. I'm not gonna stop Ratchet from doing what he did because he was not being violent towards you. This is Nick at night, another black woman, saying you did nothing wrong. She was going at you too. She came at you talking shit, and you came right back at her talking shit. But Nick at night also saw what happened on that elevator. You see what I mean? Now, that's another black woman, and I think Nick at night is smart enough to know that her brand is big enough to where Nick can't let me do no shit like that. Nick would have had to step in just being the person that she is on the internet. Armand having the platform that he has, I would think if I was being violent towards a woman, I would think Armand would just step in and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with you, Ratchet, but come on, fam, you're doing too much. You would think. I don't know. We don't know. I'm just saying, but we know damn well I wasn't being violent towards the lady, and they did not have to step in. But you would think if I was doing all this, that somebody would pull me aside and be like, Ratchet, come on, bro, you're doing too much. They were laughing at the shit because everybody felt the same way I did, and that just further proves my fucking point. Right? I'm just saying, I've been trying to prove this point for a while. Now, you're trying to spin the narrative as if the defense paid people to no, you're just going with the same thing you're just doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm accusing you of working for the prosecution, so of course, what are you going to do? Accuse me of working with the defense. You're deflecting, and the deflection is because your cover has been blown, Karen. I can't believe they would just have you get into a car and talking about you got rushed out of the facility with armed security. Now, everybody in their mama know you can't get into a federal building with guns. I don't give a damn if it's security or not. You got marshals who are armed in there. Ain't nobody finna let you in no federal building with armed security. So that's one lie right there. That's debunked. How did armed security escort you out of the building that they can't get in with their armed devices, if you will? Let's start there. Let's start there. I'm only speaking facts, and we ain't even got the live started. I'm just popping my shit right now. Look, Tisa, you're a pathological liar at this point. Then she got other people speaking up and saying bullshit. Like they made a whole narrative of RatchetTV escaped of his probation and was out in New York with no knowledge of any of his probation officers. We're contacting his PO. Well, when you find my PO, can you please let her know? I don't know who the fuck she is or him. I don't know who the fuck they are because I ain't on probation. So let's start there. When you find the PO, contact me so I can know who the fuck they are because I have no idea who no PO is. I'm just keeping it a big buck. I have no idea about no probation officer because RatchetTV is not on probation. Let's start there. All right, so yeah, Binky, I don't know. These people crazy. And then people believe in this shit. Ratchet, I hope you're not out on probation. I hope you didn't do it, Ratchet. I hope you didn't do it, Ratchet. Come on, man. You're going back. I'm here right now in my house. I'm right here in my house right now. Where the people at? I'm here. I'm home. I'm home, Pop. Let's keep it a buck. And Peg Bundy, stop spreading lies about me, because I'm going to sue the draws. I'm going to sue the wig right off your ass, Peg Bundy. You look just like Peg from Married with Children, Tisa. Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother. You can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage. Let's start right there, Tisa. Let's start right there, Peg Bundy, with that big fat ass wig. Let's start there. I'm just saying, let's start right there. All right, so that's just more of her lies being debunked. Now, I don't work for no defense. P. Diddy team ain't never paid me a damn thing. I've talked to them. When I told you I've talked to them, I'm just doing a service, and that's justice. You can't turn black women against Ratchet TV. My whole platform is built up off black women. I've covered so many black women cases on this platform. I have opened up my platform for domestic violence survivors, for trafficking survivors. I have opened my platform up for women who have been battered, abused. This platform right here, you cannot turn women against me who have been here with me from the beginning to see what I've done for women. And my platform is more women than anything. You've never opened up your platform for black women. You want to play on victims' hearts, and you want to play on their minds so you can get into their pockets. You don't really give a damn about no victims. You've never opened up your platform to black women. You've done nothing for this community except for try to extort this community. You've done nothing for this community. We've never seen you on a panel with black women ever. Now I bet you'll try to do it that Ratchet TV's mentioned it. You have never opened up your platform for survivors. You've clout chased and you've been a culture vulture for way too long. And the rodeo ends right here, Miss Tisa. It's over. The jig is up. You've been exposed. We see right through you now. Now more people are starting to wake up about you. So I don't care for no one saying that I did. Look, you could feel however you feel. Who gonna do something about it? Feel however you feel, but tell me who is gonna do something about it. Let's keep that a big buck. All right? So let's stop saying that Ratchet TV bullied a woman. It was nothing like that. Like I said, every content creator who you like agrees with me. So if you mad at me, you might as well be mad at all your favorite content creators who were there. If they was there in the building and they was right there recording this shit, I'm still cool with everybody. Matter of fact, me, Lovely T, Armand Wiggins, and a few other content creators went out to dinner that night. If I did something so bad, why would Lovely T and Armand Wiggins be at dinner with me that same night? We went out to some Japanese restaurant, had a good time. It was good vibes. It was a bunch of it was somebody from TMZ there. I can't remember her name. It was a lady from TMZ there. It was a few other content creators there. It was me. It was Armand Wiggins. It was Lovely T. We had a good night that night. Once we all hung out, it's about 2 or 3 in the morning. We was kicking it. So yeah. If I did something so bad, why would all those content creators still be with me? Why have none of them spoke out and said I was wrong? Why nobody has took Tisa Tail's side? You know why? Because every single content creator there that was there knows the truth. Clean this chat up, mods. Let's get these goofy ass motherfuckers out of my chat. Y'all ready to get this live started? We got a bunch of videos to go over. We got to get into the Diddy case, and we also have to get into Miss Tisa Tails. I don't want that one right now. I don't want that video right now. I will go back to that. I do want to, and I want to cover something. I'm not going to watch the dude whole video, but like I said, I seen a few people who actually started to feel a way about what she's been doing to the culture. Tisa is 44 years old too. That's fact. She is. Tisa's going to get sued by Diddy. That's fact. She is going to get sued by Diddy, allegedly. Allegedly. So let's go. Tisa has been crashing out. Tisa always in some mess. She had to be a mess. You wasn't wrong though. They said, yeah, I don't see what you did wrong. I don't see what I did wrong either. They said, Rob, she definitely getting sued. She acts like she is 13 though. They said Tupac friend. They said she's a low down dirty shame. They said what he gonna get from suing her because she ain't got much. No, she ain't really got nothing. But this is principles now. This is the principle. Tisa Tells has went on every platform. Thank you for the $50, Leash. Salute to your boo. I appreciate you. Tisa Tells has, matter of fact, I don't even want this one yet. I'm gonna come back to this. This is the one I want right here. I want this one right here. Because Nancy Grace she re-uploaded a video. And let me tell y'all what the title of this video is. This is from Nancy Grace's channel. Nancy Grace uploaded this video. How long ago was this? 9 hours ago. The video title is Nancy Grace Reporter. Look at this, y'all. Nancy Grace Reporter threatened because she wouldn't apologize to Diddy. These motherfuckers be lying. Look at this. Nancy Grace Reporter threatened because she wouldn't apologize to Diddy. I know you fucking lying. So Nancy Grace is in on this. You are in on this. Yeah, you are in on this. And you could even tell by that's Asian descent. I no shade to nobody, but you could tell, bro. Like I don't make nothing up, bro. That ain't us, bro. You not like us. Tisa ruining her own career. She trying to be on CNN. They said the tangled web of lies they tell. She just freestyle stuff. Yeah, she just up there freestyling at this point. Nancy Grace then went on her damn channel and said, Nancy Grace Reporter. Since when did you become a Nancy Grace Reporter? First of all, let's start right there. When did she become a Nancy Grace Reporter? The lies Tisa tells is insane. Man, I'm glad people starting to wake up and see she's nothing but a liar. Look at this. Tisa can't articulate and comprehend. Now, she honestly can't. She can't articulate a sentence if it saved her damn, if it was going to slap her in her damn whoop-de-whoop. Nancy gonna use Tisa and throw her away. When she was talking about the queen and her family, she got off. Look, this is the same woman who said Jonathan Oddie was unalived and she had a death date for Jonathan Oddie. So Sean G exposed her big time, as he should have. She said Jonathan Oddie was not alive. And did anybody else hear that, or am I making that up? She said Jonathan Oddie was unalived, and she also had a death date for Jonathan Oddie. What in the hell is we talking about? Now who Tisa working with, we need to find out who Tisa is working for. I am confused on whatever that meant. True King, no, you're not. She said that. Exactly, Chelsea. I was going to say Clarissa. What the hell going on with me? Sidebar. Salute to Sean. It says she looks like she is on a substance. Yeah, it's called Coke Zero. Is she bipolar? What is it? No, she said Jonathan Oddie was unalived, and she also had a death date for Jonathan Oddie. Now, listen to what Nancy clipped and put on her channel.
Travesty. It was an all-out circus. Everybody, including myself, are running to safety.
Everybody, including herself, were running to safety, and she sat there with this damn this goofy ass smirk on her face, lying.
I got a question for you, Tisa Tells, and everyone's going to want to know this.
Everyone's going to want to know this. Watch the setup. They set this up. I got a question for you, Tisa Tells. I got a question for you, Tisa Tells. And everyone wants to know this. I got a question for you, Tisa Tells. And everyone wants to know this. Everyone wants to know. I want to know, they want to know, everyone wants to know, Tisa Tells. And you're going to tell us. Tisa's going to tell us. Tisa, you going to tell us, right, girl? You going to tell us, girl? You You gonna do it? Bet your bottom fucking dollar you're gonna do it. You know it's good for you. Be a good girl. Tell him what he did. Come on. Tell him what he did. Be a good girl. Come on, Tisa. Come on, Tisa. You can do it, girl. You can do it, girl. You can do it, girl.
You're in a car right now. You had to leave the courthouse. Why?
I had to leave the courthouse because Diddy's supporters were out of control. The first time I ran and did my live.
This is cap.
Of course, I had 2 armed security guys. Everyone told me, the people in the courthouse was like, make sure you have security. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Again, she said the courthouse told her that. The courthouse told her that to get security. But you said your boyfriend or whoever hired them for you. More lies.
It wasn't just me, but I'll tell you what I experienced. Diddy supporters surrounding me, threatening me, saying that they were going to hurt me. It was a serious situation. It got so bad and there was so much chaos and violence that they actually had to lock the courtroom down and force the Diddy supporters across the street. It was something myself, the news media, mainstream media, new media have never seen in their lives. The level, and again, the jurors, I hope to God they know how to sleep at night. Because
I hope the jury knows how to sleep at night. That's a good girl. Get him, Tisa. Tell them what they did to you, Tisa. You be a good little girl and servant that you are, and I'm gonna make you a star. You just go right ahead and tell them what they did to you, Tisa. They ran you up out of there, and there was nothing you could do except for duck and hide and tuck your tail. All you could do is tuck your tail, Tisa. Tisa had to tuck her tail. Tisa had to tuck her tail.
Because again, I'm sure they did their duty. But when all that chaos was happening, as I was being threatened and ushered out by armed security people, I thought, this is what the jury did. They sent a signal that it is okay to use violence. It's okay to drug people up.
It's okay to admit you just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's okay to admit you fucked up. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, y'all remember when she couldn't say nothing else, but at the end of the day, look, y'all, at the end of the day, y'all, at the end of the day, girl, shut the hell up.
It's okay to live a life of debauchery. It's okay to do whatever you want. Because guess what? If you work hard enough and you have enough money and enough delusional fans and you have ingrained yourself in culture enough.
No, I'm gonna be real. Who got some delusional fans is you. Because the fact that they believe they eating every word. Ratchet is on probation. He escaped, and oh my God, he is. Oh my God, let's on. Like y'all, you believe that. You really truly believe that. You're fucking. What the fuck is wrong with you people? The fuck is going on here? What are we doing? What are we doing, gang? Salute to it says, remember Nancy isn't allowed on national TV, cable. She made a guest unalive. That's why she is on YouTube. How she determined who Diddy supporters are? Psycho, Boyle, Rabbit, Fatal, what? Salute to Measured Man. Said she got kicked off of every platform. I understand why just by looking at her face.
That you can do whatever you want. And 12 of your peers will look the other way. Again, this jury was shocking.
The jury wasn't shocking. You're just shocked because you were just fucking wrong about everything you said.
Tisa tells, when you say that Sean Combs supporters threatened you, what were they saying?
When you said Sean Combs supporters were threatening you, what did they say? What did they say? And she got the look on her face as if she's just so concerned, like they didn't just run this play together. She really got that look on her face as if she is just fucking concerned about Tisa Tells and the Diddy supporters. The Diddy supporters. What did they say? What did they say?
They were saying, you effing B, we're going to kill you, you effing B. Apparently I work for the feds. You're a plant. You made this all up because of you. Again, they're not too smart. Because of you, that's how this case got started.
My God, nobody said any of this shit.
We're going to treat you worse than we treated Cassie. Cassie, what we do to you is going to be nothing that they had on Cassie. They were screaming. They were yelling. Some people were saying, apologize to Diddy.
And that's the title of the live, because I told her, are you going to apologize to Diddy and his family because you bullied them? She's switching the whole entire conversation. She's talking about me. That's the crazy part. You're just not saying my name, but you're directly talking about me. Said, this is scary. Exactly. This is the type of woman that would let you crack and then just be like, he R-worded me. When you block her number and just say, that bitch is a goofy, I'm cool on that. She, well, you know what? He has saved me. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them. I know that if I've ever seen it. I'm telling you, I know that shit. Keep it a buck.
Apologize to Diddy. Of course, thank goodness, we had Lenny and we had Jimmy, two of the best armed guards out there. So the one thing is they started foaming like wild dogs because they realized that I was not an unprotected woman. And
oh my, we were foaming like wild dogs because we found out that you were not an unprotected woman. Right.
And they realized they could not just do what they felt like. And they started foaming like wild dogs, screaming, their voices cracking in anger that they viscerally wanted to rip me apart.
They wanted to rip her apart. Where is the police report? That's what I want to know. If I threatened you, if you got proof, so show the proof. I challenge you. Just like you put out that fake ass $10,000 challenge, I challenge you, Tisa. Show me a moment where I threatened you. Oh my God, his breath. It was so bad, guys. It was just, I wasn't even near this lady. Like everything she said is just made up, but you're trying to hurl insults my way because you're caught up. Salute Maurice for the 2-piece. You're trying to throw insults my way because you're caught in a lie. You're like, this is borderline like psycho. I was nowhere near her. Oh, the breath, it was just bad, guys. The breath, oh my God, it was bad. Oh, gee whiz. It was just like, girl, that ain't doing nothing for me. Look, you can spin that as much as you want to. Cool. All right, so cool. What about what he said? Fuck that. What about what he said? Let's talk about what he said. He said you were paid by the feds. He said you lied about this. He said you lied about that. Let's speak on what he said versus now you're trying to be personal. Like, I got Tisa so out of her body. Now she wants to get into my personal life. Baby, look, I know a little bit about yours. If I was you, I'd tread real lightly with me. I had your ex up here doing a full interview. Stop. Let's continue. Oh, my bad, hold on.
This is why their hero had been exonerated. Even in the best of times, these people that support him, there's something wrong with it. And I gotta tell you, Nancy, it wasn't just me. It was not just me. It was anybody that didn't have a pro Diddy stance.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
From the beginning, that's who suffered.
Joining me in the All-Star panel, but I want to thank Tisa Tales for what she's doing tonight.
Oh my God, y'all, I know y'all are fucking lying right now. I want to thank you, Tisa Tales, for what you're doing tonight. I want to thank you, Tisa Tales. You couldn't be any more delusional than, like, what are we talking about? Tisa Tales lies. Everything the woman is saying is a lie. Yeah, thank you for coming up here lying to me. Thank you for running this play with me. Nancy needs the views. Now Nancy running my name. Nancy, this is a war you gonna fucking lose. You and that fucked up ass haircut. I'm telling you, I'm being dead ass with you, Nancy. This is a war you gonna wish you never engaged in. I'm on your top for life. Fucking Betty Rubble looking at. Get your Barney Rubble looking. I said Barney. No, you Barney. Looking like Barney Rubble over there by the head. Let's keep it a buck. Say, drop the interview. Oh, I'm definitely, it's coming. I don't like Nancy's scary eyes. They say, spending too much time on this. Man, these people are liars. I just want to show y'all the lies. We're not going to continue until I have showed y'all all of the lies. Let's continue. Now I want to play a little bit of this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And salute to Delray Richardson, man. If you got an issue with me running your shit, just hit me up. We can chop it up about it. But salute to Delray Richardson, Straight Game TV, told and sold. I'm shouting you out, brother. I just want to, because you had good talking points here. I'm not going to play your whole shit. I just want to react to a few of the scenes from your shit. I just want to show people that black men are starting to wake up when it comes to this. So I want to talk about this.
I remember they used to join loosely. And then when confronted, basically saying, no, she was joking. She was using it as a joke. Like using the N-word rather loosely. And then when confronted, basically saying, no, she was joking. She was using it as a joke, ladies and gentlemen. I need you guys to really pay attention to this. Like I said, because when someone plays dress up in black identity, right, to build up their brand, gain access, or wield credibility, that's not allyship. It's straight up theft.
So the man is saying Tisa Tells is stealing from the black community by using the N-word in her phrases, and she shouldn't be using the N-word. Salute Ratchet Mods and Ratchet Family. Man, this is funny as hell. Get them likes up and support the channel. Salute to my boo Reese Cup for that 50-piece McNugget. Thank you, Reese.
If you will, right? And so when you understand that, we're going to confront this disturbing situation that needs to be put on blast, right? So basically, like I said, Tisa tells racial fraud and the problem with pretending to be black, ladies and gentlemen. So who is Tisa Tells? First and foremost, for months, Tisa Tells has been positioning herself as a bold frontline journalist covering African-American cases, crime, injustice, and courtroom drama. But behind the headlines and live streams lies a disturbing truth. Despite projecting herself as a member of the black community, as she has been doing, it is now confirmed that Tisa Tells is not African American. She is of an Indian or Asian descent with no cultural or ancestral ties to the black experience, ladies and gentlemen. She was questioned about her identity fairly and directly. Her response,
I gotta plug my phone in, y'all. So if it's static, just let me know in the chat. If it starts static, and let me know in the chat, and I have to fix it as we go along. But I definitely gotta charge my damn phone. Give me a second. Let me see if it's good. Hold on. Let me make sure it's good, Rico. Hold on. Just let me know in the chat. If it starts static, and let me know in the chat, and I have to fix it as we go along. But hold on. I definitely gotta charge my damn phone. Give me a second. Let me see if it's good. Hold on. Let me make sure it's good, Rico. Hold on. Okay, I think we're good. Hold on. I think we're good. Let me know in the chat if we good, gang. Let's go.
A racial slur, specifically the N-word on camera, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, a lot of people have been buying into this bogus presentation of what she has been trying to present as her masquerading as some kind of spearheading some kind of effort for victims of domestic violence and all of these things in reference to the Diddy trial.
So for the people who thought she was, no, it came out. Hold the Tisa Shorty is another. Oh yeah, she's another Kamala Harris. Salute to T. Yeah, she's another Kamala Harris. There's no black ties. Well, we've done the research. This ain't cap. We've done the research, and it came back to Asian and like. There's no offense. This is not a knock. We're not doing nothing negative with people. We're just giving out this is the truth. So it's not nobody harassing, bullying. This ain't none of that. This is just facts. Like, you're not black. Like, this is. So when you called me the N-word, I'm insulted now at this point. Now I feel like our community should stand up. What are we gonna do, y'all? Y'all just gonna let somebody jump up there who ain't of us and call me the N-word, and y'all cool with that? Y'all okay with that? Did y'all not see on my damn Discord when I showed y'all that she ain't? You can go do the research for yourself. You don't gotta believe me. Go do the research for yourself. Are you gonna play the video of you saying things to her? I've already played. I was on live. Everybody in here know I didn't even cuss at that lady. I'm trying to do good for the community. Yeah, I don't know what she on. So what are you talking about? I didn't say nothing to that lady. Tisa says she has 4 black grandparents. Okay, if you got 4 black grandparents, what does that mean your parents are? Let's stop being dumb for a second. Let's be serious. Okay, let's talk to each other. They say Wikipedia says she's from Costa Rica. Boom. So listen to me. If I got 4 African American grandparents, what does that make my parents? No, I don't want to hear no. I want to talk straight to her supporters. If I have 4 African American grandparents, what does that make my parents? Black. Thank you. If 4 of my, because me personally, I got 4 African American grandparents. And guess what? My parents are African American. So guess what? I'm African American. How can I have 4 African American grandparents and 2 parents who ain't black? Cancel culture. Exactly. So now y'all got to stop. Now you got to forget what RatchetTV is saying. Let's go off of your own logic. 4 African American grandparents equals 2 black parents, which equals an African American kid. Come on, man. No, I ain't no man. I don't want to hear none of that. Never said it was okay for her to say the N-word. That is the ugliest word in the book. That should never happen. I think that you are cool people, and she is, and I think both of y'all cool, right? She said, how you mad, you broke and want Diddy. She looking way, way, way down her history. I was tuned in the whole time. I did not hear you threaten her nor curse. Exactly, because you can't pull it up. Pull the footage up of me going near her. Pull the footage up of me threatening her, and you got 20,000. I'll double her bet. I'll give you 20K. No one should be saying the N-word, to be honest. Said, bro, she be on Coke Zero. I know a cokehead when I see one. She got a bug eye and be munching and chewing on her words. LOL, she can never. Hey, man, they on her ass. They say it didn't happen. Exactly, lady. Now, it didn't happen, but people are starting to see through the bullshit. Double tap that screen if you agree.
Ladies and gentlemen. But what she has been doing is feeding into old tropes and also using the N-word to demean other black men or African Americans whenever she's been confronted. Calling them broke, dusty, N-words, and so on and so forth, ladies and gentlemen. And then, when confronted, she brushed it off by saying, she's one of us. One of the most disingenuous things that I've seen thus far. And I need you to let that sink in, ladies and gentlemen. I need you to let that sink in because, like I said, a lot of times we know that our culture is very addicting, right? We know that our culture is very powerful from the beat of the African drum.
Is he giving gems right now? Is our culture very, very powerful, gang? People want to be a part of this culture so bad they would stop at nothing to infiltrate our culture. Is that true?
To the words of the African tongue. We're talking about through Egypt, all out throughout history, medicines, science, you name it, you know, being black and from Africa, whether it's from sub-Saharan Africa, or like I say, going on up to Egypt, you know, Kemet, and all of these other things, right? So I need you to let that sink in. Because a lot of times people want the rewards of being black, but they don't want to deal with the disadvantages of being black, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, and this is kind of like what the young lady back a couple of years ago, the racial Dolan-Zal blueprint, remember her? And the lady that was wearing the braids and stuff like that, running around with the tan and stuff and saying that she was black and all of those things. We've seen the playbook before.
We've seen it, especially with Kamala. We've seen it with several people. This man is not, he's not lying up here. He's dropping serious gems, gang. The man is dropping serious gems. Double tap the screen if you agree.
With Rachel Dolezal, Jessica Krug, right? She weaponized that lie to insert herself into Black grief, trauma, and resistance. You have to understand that. She weaponized the lie to insert herself into Black grief, trauma, and resistance. And like I said, I need you to understand that if you hear her talking about the Diddy trial, it was like, oh, women and Black women, and as she's speaking, and like I said, she has no experience, a real true experience, what it is and understanding what it is to be a Black woman. And the trials and tribulations that real Black women on a daily basis without having to front or fake or act like they're anything.
So let me talk to my sisters real quick. I'm only talking to my sisters. I'm talking to my brothers too. Sisters and brothers. Are we okay with this? Sisters and brothers, I'm being serious right now. Are we okay with this? They said this brother is intelligent. Now, facts, that's why I wanted to play his shit, because I definitely thought that he was giving some very good talking points. Are y'all okay with the fact that she did this? Everyone's saying no. And to be real, she's lost more support than RatchetTV has. People are waking up to her bullshit now. A lot of people are starting to wake up to Tisa Tales really is not who people thought she was. She is not the person that people thought she was. That's why she had to go, oh, I'm addressing it all. Yeah, you should. You have no choice. RatchetTV has you by the whoop-de-whoops right now. Ratchet got you looking bad out here. This is as bad as you've ever looked. I think you ran into the wrong motherfucker. RatchetTV has made you look worse than anybody has ever made you look on the internet. You're having your day now.
Other than themselves, go through each and every day, ladies and gentlemen, right? And you have to understand this. When someone pretends to be Black...
Oh, there she go right there. Oh, there she go right there. Tisa's in the building. Is that the real Tisa? Let's go see. Is that the real Tisa? Hold on. I think that's Tisa. Don't block her, y'all. Don't block nothing she said. Don't block her. Don't block her, y'all. Don't block her. Let me see if that's her. Hold on. Go to... No, that's not her. That's not her. That's a troll. That's a troll. Block that troll. Come back under your real account. Come back under your real account. Don't come in here trolling. Come back under your real account. Oh, they mad. Oh, they mad. Oh, y'all mad, man. You better come back under your real account. Block the troll account. Come back under your real account, baby. Sorry.
Don't just co-opt our culture. They exploit the pain without enduring the consequences. You see what I'm saying? So she's exploiting all of this. She hasn't endured any of the consequences of being Black. None of them. Zero. Right? Zero. She stood in the middle of New York City with a gate around her with 2 bodyguards and continue to pose as if she was talking about or representing women who have been through certain types of abuse and things of that nature, and namely African American women, or like she was representing Cassie and so on and so forth, right? But ladies and gentlemen, to exploit the pain without enduring any of the consequences, ladies and gentlemen.
This man is speaking volumes right now. Like I said, if y'all want to watch that whole episode, his name is Del Ray Richardson, Straight Game TV, Told and Sold. Let me give him his proper shout out. That's his shit right there. I don't want to take away from what he did. So I just want to play a little bit of it. If y'all want to watch that whole thing, go to his platform and just tell him RatchetTV sent you. Salute to Del Ray Richardson, man. But definitely, I don't want to play this whole thing, man. I just want to play clips of it I just want to react to a little bit of it. But salute to him. He basically was saying a lot of the things that I wanted to say, but I just want to show y'all how Black men are starting to wake up to this bullshit. Let's go to another one.
Yourself like victims don't come forward and ask yourself.
And this is Mr. Let Go. Salute to Mr. Let Go. I don't want to take away from yours either. If you got an issue with me running yours, just hit me up and we'll get it off the channel. But salute to Mr. Let Go. I just want to play a couple of yours, react to a little bit of your video as well. Salute to Mr. Let Go.
that much like you, the jury very ignorant.
She said the jury was very ignorant. The jury was very ignorant.
Very ignorant. Very ignorant.
And this was another dude she was talking to. This was not Ratchet.
Acted ignorant. Well, you have to. No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant. Well, baby, here I am. Okay, worry about your little channel, sweetie. What's that? Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby.
And there she goes. That's the real Tisa. That's the real Tisa. The real her. Boom.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his
And that's the real Tisa.
dick, baby. Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his
That's the real Tisa.
dick, baby. Baby, your channel's not doing a good job. Oh, these broke niggas is mad.
Oh, and she said the N-word. Ooh, she said the N-word.
Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. So anyway, listen. Doing a good job. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad.
Y'all are okay with this? Drop the gems if you are okay with her using the N-word. Drop the caps if you're sick of her shit. Drop the gems if you're okay with her using the N-word. Drop the caps if you're done with Tisa Tales. Yeah, the mask is off now. That's the real Tisa. The real proof is in the pudding. Go to my Discord. Y'all didn't seen it. I didn't showed y'all the proof. I said, whoa, is that Tisa? That's definitely Tisa. Let's listen to it again.
Baby, your channel's not doing a good job. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. So anyway, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, excuse me, can you please move him away, please? So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? We will
What the hell? Look, that's 6 straight at the end of the day.
move him away, please. So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, excuse me, can you please move him away, please? So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? We will listen. At the end of the day, we have done what we can. This shows that these people care more about, right? So listen, at the end of the day, these people are sitting here.
What the hell, y'all? They say, I see her now. Okay, yeah, they starting to wake up slowly.
In their struggle, mad. They want to bully women. They want to fight women. And there's a bunch of dusty, ugly, male-identified women.
She advocates for women, but is calling them ugly?
Also riding on them. At the end of the day, this is the world we live in. Meanwhile, the man that he rolled out for don't know him, won't shake his hand, but he wants. At the end of the day, in any day, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it is what it talks about.
It is what it talks about. At the end of the day, it is what it talks about. What the fuck does that even mean?
Got it wrong. And the jury enabled this behavior. This is what the jury enabled. These are the people that support Diddy.
This Justin, a new way of healing is sweeping.
What in the hell is going on? Let me go back. I think they got like he got a little ad going on there.
Families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
For those who don't know, this is content creator Tisa Tales, and she's been doing hundreds of videos on Diddy. And overall, she's an advocate for women, which is great. And in this particular video, she's outside of the courthouse right after the Diddy trial, venting about how the jury, which is comprised of 8 men, are ignorant, including the 4 women that are also on the jury. Think about this. You're a journalist, and most journalists are unbiased, but we're human, so it's okay to be a little biased. But right after a jury trial, and these jury members spent 3 to 4 months serving their community unpaid, just for a journalist who is getting paid by doing hundreds of videos following this Diddy story and the Diddy trial. So every month that goes by with this jury trial going on, she's making hundreds of thousands of dollars following this story. And when the jury finally deliberates and comes up with a decision, this woman calls them ignorant.
What do y'all think about that? She's called the jury ignorant. She's called us animals. She's called me the N-word. She's told someone that Diddy's not going to let them S his D. She has talked about people's channels. She's talked about people's appearance, calling people ugly, broke, dusty. She has shown her true colors when called out. When her back is against the wall, she has showed y'all the true definition of who she truly is and what she stands on. They said she might be getting paid. Hope she's saving. Oh, she definitely getting paid.
They're operating as servants of our community. Do you know how tireless it is to wake up every morning to sit in a jury box for probably 8 hours a day without getting paid? And the person that is getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a month is outside calling you ignorant? So that's the first thing. That is very disrespectful. Not only to the process, not only to the courts, not only to these people, but to the craft of journalism. So that's the first issue I'm starting to see about Tisa. The thing I want y'all to understand about people overall, whether it's a romantic relationship or becoming a fan of somebody like Tisa Tales on social media, you don't know a person until something stupid happens.
And that's facts. Is that not fact? Drop the gems if he's dropping gems. Drop the caps if he's lying. You don't you don't really know who a person is until something goes wrong. Does that make sense? Once you see someone with their back against the wall and everything just goes wrong, of course, everybody is perfect in a perfect setting, but when shit really hits the fan and it gets real, you start to find out who people truly are. You ever been around somebody every day and you just really ain't ever seen them in a situation, and when you finally get a chance to test them or you see them being tested, they show you exactly who they really are? That's who she is.
Right here, something stupid is happening. And now this is giving you an opportunity to see who this person really is. She repeatedly separated the jury and said the 8 men that are on the jury are the problem because they're men. And if they weren't men, Diddy would be doing life in prison. That is nuts, because even though some of us, including me, do not like Diddy, the RICO charges that Diddy faced were stupid. It makes no logical sense for a man that we all know and seen that is abusive, which is terrible, but he's not on trial for being abusive. They have him on trial like he's this mob boss. And cool, if he's this mob boss, let's get him. But the problem is, there was no evidence of him being his mob boss. See, I'm looking at the tunnels. I'm looking at the young people. I'm looking at the GHB being in the baby oil. I'm looking at the 10 or 20 women that came forward saying Diddy did this and Diddy did that.
Exactly. See, this brother is on to something, and I'm rocking with him. I stand with you, my brother.
And next thing you know, she woke up and couldn't remember anything. Where are those women? Where's all the surveillance video?
Hey, but don't let nobody get no goddamn promo off of my shit, Maj. Y'all better clean it. Hey, Leash, clean that shit up. Come on. Please. You know that shit ain't allowed over here.
The media painted this man out to be this huge mob boss that had this huge organization going on with tunnels and kids and spiked baby oil, satanic rituals. And for everything we've seen, he allegedly murked Kim Porter, Biggie, Tupac, Craig Mack, Heavy D, virtually everybody that worked at Uptown Records. But when it came down to the jury trial, the only people that they put on the stand was his ex-girlfriend, an assistant, and another ex-girlfriend. And they didn't even say anything. So with all that being said, to go back to Tisa Tales, there's no reason for him to be convicted of RICO. We didn't see nothing. So when you see all of the evidence come before you and realize there's really nothing to see here, why in the world is Tisa Tales acting a fool, going off on people, starting beefs with people? Do you know that multiple content creators, I mean a number of them, came out and said Tisa Tales had a stank attitude, she looked down on other people, she got so much preferential treatment where it looked eerie or strange, like she worked with somebody there instead of just being another content creator.
So why can her phone records not be subpoenaed and people find out who she truly was talking to? And can we speak about the elephant in the room, since we want to talk about odors? Let's talk about the times you got up from that courtroom and all we could smell was bumblebee tuna. Let's start right there, where there's several people who have gotten a whiff, a big whiff of a fried catfish when you walk past. Let's start there. No, let's be real. Since we're talking about body odors, let's talk about The times where you walk past certain people and all they could smell was tuna salad. Let's start right there. Yeah, bumblebee tuna, chicken of the sea. And when you walk past, all you can smell was chicken of the fucking sea. Now let's start about your chemical imbalance that you have. You were musty. With them same cheap polyester suits, musty as hell. G Money, I can't make this up, fam. I thought it was a combo at Subway, the foot-long tuna. You remember what Bill Parcells' name was? The Big Tuna. When she walked past, all you could smell was the big tuna. Allegedly. And everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video, and everything I say is alleged. Allegedly. Somebody said tuna draws. Yeah, and she had them tights on. Come on, all right, fellas. You ever know a girl? Y'all done seen a girl before with some BO that got them damn black tights on, and they wear them tights, and the tuna is captured. And I mean, I could only imagine when you let that motherfucker loose. Like, boy, sheesh. That's all I gotta say is sheesh. Because when you walk past, all you could smell was chicken of the sea. This is just for educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. But I'm being dead ass. That woman smelled like chicken of the sea. Ask anybody who was there. They're going to be like, yeah, I ain't going to lie. It was a little fishy. I ain't going to lie. It was like deep sea diving in that motherfucker. We didn't know what it was, but it was loose. It was just like, you remember they used to have the stinky trail on the cartoon? That when she walked past, it was a stinky trail walking right with her ass. A stinky trail.
She was out there calling the male content creators broke, had little channels, get your numbers up, and she was calling the female content creators ugly, male identified, whatever that means. So like I said before, you don't really know a person until something stupid happens, or once they come out from behind their cameras and go out in the real world and they don't necessarily know how to operate amongst other people. That's when you realize that some of these people aren't really people. They're just characters.
Exactly, and her cover has been blown. Yes, Fish Market. T.O., salute to that T. Said wearing that fish net tights, she bet not be wearing leather pants. Fish net, it smell like a fish got caught up in that net.
See, this is a problem I have with women when it comes to the professional world. It's difficult for women to put their emotions to the side.
Yeah, male identified women is what she called y'all. She called the people male identified women who were ignorant, and she said the men were ignorant and it was the men's fault that this jury happened, and it was the women who allowed the men to dictate the jury, and the women are male identified, and all the content creator women and the women in general who don't see her side of things. If you don't go with her narrative, you're a male identified woman is what she says.
Evidence, logic, and be objective about what's in front of them. They can't seem to do this. And I want to give y'all something to think about because I got some notes. Tisa Tales, if you know of her, is standing up for women who have been abused. That's cool. That's one thing. But remember, he's not on trial for that. So because he's not on trial for that, you have to take that in consideration before you start crashing out on people and calling the jury members ignorant. Think about this. There's something called vicarious trauma. Trauma experienced by those who witness or learn about another person's trauma can literally suffer vicariously through the
Someone said, don't forget she called the male jurors hoes. Exactly. That lady is crazy. Musty
other
ass.
people.
Musty ass.
And start adopting their trauma and internalizing it as if it was us. And next thing you know, we're angry like it happened to us. And because of these adopted, internalized feelings, you can turn around and end up being vindictive for no apparent reason. And this is extremely dangerous, especially when you're a journalist and you have a huge platform. You now can use this new internalized anger you have for Diddy to literally weaponize your female audience against men.
Look what it got you. Y'all start sending these mofos to jail. Somebody touch you, say something wrong to you at work, go up to HR, document it, get a lawyer up, and sue them for some money. That's all they're gonna put you, junior you down to. Oh, you just a gold digger. You just want money. You MFing right. Give it, give it, give it, give it, give it. You MFing right. That's all y'all care about. Somebody literally junior you down to. Somebody touch you, say something wrong to you.
Realize anger you have.
Look at that again. Listen to that again, y'all. Listen to that.
Against men.
Look what it got you. Y'all start sending these mofos to jail. Somebody touch you, say something wrong to you at work. Go to HR, document it, get a lawyer up, and sue them for some money. That's all they're gonna put you, junior you down to. Oh, you just a gold digger. You just want money. You MFing right. Give it, give it, give it, give it, give it. You MFing right. That's all y'all care about. Somebody literally does something. The police, you want to make a statement? I 100% do. When they call you crying and begging and pleading, when their mamas call you crying and begging and pleading, you're going to ruin his life. And the jury showed us, stop showing these people empathy. Stop showing them compassion. Stop showing them humanity. Stop being the MF. Playtime is.
This is who y'all follow? This is not truly? What? They said Tisa tilapia. Oh my God, that is the comment of the fucking day. Tisa tilapia. Yeah.
Over. They showed us the way to act, move accordingly. There are laws. Get them early, hit them hard and often with all the police reports and legal cases and civil cases you can. Ruin their lives, ruin their careers.
Ruin somebody's life.
Look at this shit. This is who y'all, what the fuck? Yo, brother, I didn't even know this footage existed, but thank you for this. She hates men. What? This is what she wants y'all to be. What the fuck is this?
In the end, after that, playtime is over.
And if you send me a super chat, I want everyone to send me a super chat that says like Tisa Tuna, Tisa Tilapia. Just give it a nickname if you drop me a super chat. I want to see super chats with nicknames. Let's go.
They showed us the way to act, move accordingly. There are laws. Get them early, hit them hard and often with all the police reports and legal cases and civil cases you can. Ruin their lives, ruin their careers.
Ruin somebody's life.
Ruin their families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
So what it looks like to me, instead of this woman, Tisa Tales, just being a journalist and sharing the facts with her audience, she's in some type of way, because I don't know her, bleeding on her audience. Bleeding on her audience. Bleeding on her audience. Women tend to interpret information instead of just hearing it. And next thing you know, they mix in their own life stories and their own traumas. And next thing you know, she mixes up some type of trauma gumbo that's mixed with her experiences and somebody else's experiences. And now that one man that did something to somebody else has to pay for everybody's indiscretions.
Boy, this dude is on the money, and I really love this video.
And next thing you know,
salute to Binky and everybody else dropping them super chats. T.O. everybody salute.
Diddy gets off on the RICO charges, and instead of looking at the evidence, she wants to bleed all over her audience, to enrage her audience, which is actually called rage baiting. So instead of just being a journalist and reporting the news, she goes out here, bleeds all over her audience, and rage baits them, and decides to weaponize her audience against men. Weaponizing your audience against men is not journalism at all. So for the record, I'm all for the Tisa train. I no longer support her because, like I said in the beginning, you never know a person until something stupid happens. In life, all you have to do is sit back, don't be too presumptuous, and just observe the people that you're a fan of, you're in a relationship with, you're co-workers with. And once a little bit of pressure is applied to that person that you're observing, you'll then see who this person actually is. But I made this video with love and objectivity. I didn't call her any names. I didn't say anything crazy about her. All I want y'all to do as an audience is to spend more time observing the people that you look up to, because in time, you'll literally see who they truly are. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Hey, I know.
What do y'all think about that? That was a good video. I ain't gonna lie. I had to show the video. You know, I usually don't fuck with the YouTube shit, but I wanted to show his video. Salute to Mr. Let Go, man. If you want to check his content out, go over to his YouTube channel, Mr. Let Go, and salute to him and tell him RatchetTV sent you. And if you got an issue with me running your shit, man, just let me know. And I'll take it off, but salute to you.
So Sean Diddy come.
So she wants everybody to be against P. Diddy. Smelly TT. Say RatchetTV in chat, look up and her are twins. Mystery Saw, once you look up Jamila. Hey, can you send that to me on Instagram? Somebody send that to me on Instagram. Send it to me on Instagram. Thank you for that comment, but send it to me on Instagram. I want to check that out. So she wants you to be against Diddy, but she did not report what the real issue was in that courtroom. It said Toadfish Tisa. Oh my God. She never gave you the real gems of what was going on in that courtroom. And I mean, I understand why now, being that the prosecution was paying her and she's a federal agent. I understand now. Now it makes sense why you wouldn't tell these people what really went on in that courtroom. Why did you not tell your audience that when Diddy attacked Cassie, not saying it was right, just listen to the facts. Cassie ran off and ran out of that hotel with a bag, and that's the bag Diddy grabbed out of her hands at first. Tisa, why did you not tell your audience? They said Tisa smells. Oh my God. Why didn't you tell your audience and the truth that came out that not only did, I mean, we're not giving Diddy a pass for putting his hands on Cassie. It's never right for a man to put his hands on a woman in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm only giving the facts about what really went on that night. That night, the text messages came out. Now, the text messages came, and anybody who's seen the transcripts and knows the truth about what happened in the courtroom, drop the gems, and as I'm saying this, drop the caps if I'm lying. When the text messages came out from that night, Diddy and Cassie were having a conversation about going to a FO, and Cassie was saying that she had a premiere the next day. Diddy was basically saying, okay, well, we can do it, but we can shorten the FO out and do less drugs. Cassie was heated about the fact that he wanted to go less time and do less drugs, and she wanted more drugs. And her and Diddy ended up getting into it that night, and she tried to run out of that room with the money for the FO and the drugs. So she ran off with a bag carrying the $9,000 for the entertainer, and it had the drugs in there that they were going to do for the FO, because she wanted to just go do the drugs by herself because she was mad about not doing more drugs. That's the facts of what really happened that night. Diddy was trying to take the drugs and the money back away from her. That's the facts. I'm not saying it's right that he put his hands on her. Now, that was wrong. I'm just saying that they didn't say that she was not being trafficked and held against her will, and him trying to drag her in back to a lifestyle that she didn't want to do. What went on is that TMZ saying he may not go do time. I think he's going to get off on time served. I think the judge is just playing very stern with him now to let him know, like, this is not a game and this can really happen. I think the judge is basically holding him there. And when his whenever his sentencing comes up, he's going to get sentenced to jail time. He's going to get his 11, 12 months. He's going to do a year in jail. And I think he's going to get off on probation. That's just he might get some time still, but I don't think he's going to get time. Like I'm saying, something just in the air, bro. The real reporting didn't come out about this. This was not trafficking. That's why the jury went with they move. Why would the jury say he sex trafficked Cassie when it clearly shows in all the messages that he didn't? Why would they say he trafficked Jane when it clearly showed in the messages that he didn't? Why would they put him in a RICO when you didn't even subpoena any other co-defendants and co-conspirators, whatever you want to call them, in this case? Why is nobody else up here but Diddy? It's because this is not a RICO. Did he transport prostitutes? Yes, he did. That's facts. He did that. He should be doing time for that. This ain't a DV case. This ain't a RICO, and this damn sure ain't racketeering. So let's just start right there.
Was acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering charges last week. They found him guilty of 2 prostitution charges.
Let's watch this. I gotta react to this, so I'm gonna be pausing it and giving my gems on through this video.
Faces up to 20 years in prison and denies all allegations. Now, many people seem to be surprised by this, but I know you were not surprised, Sonny, because you said they're never going to be able to convict him on the racketeering.
No, I was
Get the likes up, y'all. Double tap the screen. Get the likes up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
in the courtroom very, very often for it. And I've tried RICO cases, and RICO was really meant for the mafia.
Let's get into the facts of the Diddy case now. This is what Tisa won't report. This is the reporting Tisa won't do. So in order to get this facts on the reporting, you need to come to RatchetTV.
You know, where the organized criminal enterprise is very clear.
Right.
This was not very clear. Yes, he ran Bad Boy Records, and he had employees that kind of cleaned up hotel rooms and booked transportation, but they never really made it clear that
That get Al Capone on it.
no, and it's a very, very difficult statute to work with. The other thing is, in terms of sex trafficking, you know, people have a difficult time in understanding when someone is being sex trafficked.
Get the likes up, y'all. Double tap the screen. Get the likes up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Explain why it's hard for people.
It's hard for people because there was a long relationship with one of the victims. So we're talking about a 11-year relationship where someone is not saying no.
Yeah.
Never saying no, and actually actively agreeing to it and saying.
And let me know in the chat, do you guys still support Tisa after all this? I want to know in the chat. Drop the gems if you still support Tisa. Drop the caps if you are completely done with her.
I really want to do this with you. And I think with 8 men on the jury and 4 women, what man is going to find him guilty of that without and understand that no is no, yes is yes, and sort of the blurred lines between
And
that.
the victim psychology of how people are victimized, made small, and how it's not a clarity of mind always.
Yeah, it's a
once
power
they're-
dynamic, and I don't think the government did a good job of explaining domestic violence and how no.
A lot of people saying they unsubscribed. I ain't gonna lie. If you still are, I mean, I can't tell you what to do or what not to do, and I ain't telling nobody what to go do nothing. But I would just think, as our culture, I would say cancel that. If I was the leader of the culture, I would say canceled. That would be me. And if I was you, I would take my whole whoop-de-whoop back. I would.
Yes can mean no. They just didn't have it. And the Mann Act, honestly, which is the transportation for someone for prostitution, it was a slam dunk. It was a slam dunk. You've got American Express receipts. You've got prostitutes that are male escorts that are saying, yes, I flew from here to have sex with someone. That's a given. But 20 years in prison, we didn't even prosecute Governor Spitzer for that very same thing. It's generally not used. That is something that the prosecution threw in so that they could get a conviction. And I will say, having been a federal prosecutor, I am a little dismayed by the fact that the judge kept Sean Combs in prison.
Now why?
He said that because there was proof of domestic violence that
let's keep it a big buck, man. Get the likes up. The judge, is he playing fair, or the judge might be playing dirty?
he was that society couldn't be protected from him. And I think that's the wrong thing.
No, I know with all this money, that's surprising.
It's not a flight risk because all you have to do is you have to sort of figure out how to keep that person here in the United States. You take away the person's passport, very, very hefty bond. You also take away his plane.
Can I just mention, I'm mad at the prosecution over this, just to be honest. I feel like everyone was talking about this over the break. My grandmother-in-law, if you cannot meet the charge, don't, because I think so many of us saw that video of Cassie Ventura just being beaten, and we want some kind of accountability. And
But this is them using, I believe like they're using women to trauma bond with people to get Diddy. I think that Diddy has more hate just because of the Cassie video. No one really cares about what he was doing in his home. No one really cares about the swinger lifestyle. No one really cares about anything. Only thing people really care about is that he abused Cassie. And that's the reason why he's still in jail, simply because he abused Cassie.
It's got to be a harsher sentence for abusing a woman than you get a little bit of jail time and then you're out. Like, I don't like the overreaching.
See, that's domestic violence, but he wasn't charged.
But that's not what he was charged on.
And it's a mistake you're saying.
And even there
The
was some
statute of limitations had run on it.
And there were things that came up in the course of the investigation, like the allegations from Kid Cudi that he basically blew up his car and maybe endangered his life.
And the Kid Cudi thing should have never been in court anyway, because it was before the RICO could have even started it in 2010, 2011. So we shouldn't even, the fact that they even let Kid Cudi get up there was kind of crazy to me, because it's like, why are you letting him tell you something that happened 3 years before the RICO actually started? You can only go back 10 years in the RICO. So why are we talking about kidnapping and arson when we can't even try him for this because it's not in a RICO? It's in 2010, 2011. That can't be used in a racketeering RICO conspiracy from 2014 to 2024. And the only reason why they used Jane was simply because Cassie's allegations wouldn't stick. They needed something within the 10-year realm to make it even possible to get Cassie's testimony in here. So let's just throw Jane in the mix and try to get Cassie's story to stick. But we're going to really run with Cassie's story and use that video. Hopefully the jurors will feel bad for Cassie and Diddy will get charged with everything. That's what they were banking on. That's the facts. That's the facts, and Tisa won't get on her live and say that. That's the facts. How can we all be in the same courtroom and hear this, but you're coming out the courtroom spinning a whole different story, Tisa? You're a liar.
Did they try to charge something on that?
They did, but there was no evidence.
They couldn't prove it.
They couldn't prove it.
But you know what I think perhaps what they did was they put all these charges on in order to get all this information out and put it out there. 20, I mean, I don't know if I got 20 years to give to a joint.
Yeah.
I mean,
What do
to
you
a
think
jail.
he'll get, though?
He absolutely won't get 20 years. I mean, the government is going to ask for, 4 to 5 years. The defense is asking for about 2 years. Remember, he's been in prison already for 10 months. He's been in detention. He's been.
What did I just tell y'all? See, when I say it, no one listens to me. I told y'all the prosecution is asking for 4 to 5 years. The defense is asking for 2. They gonna meet somewhere in the middle. Y'all are tripping, listening to Tisa telling y'all Diddy's supporters are gonna get him 20 years. The judge can't look at no social media, and Diddy supporters or fans or whoever you want to say don't got nothing to do with the judge's decision. Why do y'all listen to this fucking liar, bro? Like, that's why I went up and did what I did. I am not gonna allow y'all to be lied to no more. Ratchet taking over, man. Ratchet got it. Ratchet has to do this. I need to put everything on my back. Everyone who went to that case, no shade to anybody, but I mean this when I say it. I'm the only one that would do this. I risk my whole platform by doing this. That's the crazy part. Y'all don't get, I put this on my back and I risked everything to do what I did. Let's go.
A porter. He's been cleaning bathrooms, which means he'll get good credit.
God knows he could also get
85%.
pardoned by you know who. So.
Oh, but you know what though? He could get pardoned by you know who, but he also will probably and could probably face many civil lawsuits.
59 civil lawsuits.
And I'm glad, I think
where the burden of proof is different.
Yeah.
It's lower.
But they also decided, I'm sure, for the protection of all those other folks who got up and testified, we're going to keep you here for a little while. We're going to keep an eye on you.
That may have been some of the reason. The judge didn't say that, but that may have been part of the
And even though things did not work out the way some of us wanted it to, I think, I want to thank those women in particular.
Salute to V. So I stopped following Tisa Smells because she is too animated with tails. Salute to V for the 10-piece. Thank you.
Who came forward and spoke. And women should not ever be afraid to come forward
and don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged.
And the enablers who helped him do this
they're
for
the
decades
worst ones.
need to look at themselves in the mirror.
That turned the other way at those parties and knew about them. The whole time.
And during the domestic violence, looked the other way.
Yeah.
You can only.
These are the facts, though, y'all. These are the facts. The crimes were what they were. I mean, look, you could say what you want about the Cassie tape, but when the facts really came out in court, like, I got to just call Tisa on her bullshit, bro. Like, you lied. Like, and that was it. It was not being malicious towards a woman. This ain't women versus men. Don't let them do this, y'all. We're not going to have women versus men, black women versus black men. No, we're going to stand together over here. I have a whole platform that I've opened up for women on top of women on top of women. So this platform cannot be bought. We will not be sold with that bullshit that RatchetTV is against women and Ratchet don't like black women. When I done went out and took my own money and helped black families out. I done went out to travel and do black cases. I done covered black missing cases, black unalived cases. I done put my foot out. I done stuck my neck out for everyone. You're going to say I'm a Diddy supporter? Well, was I not a Mo 3 supporter when Mo 3 was a serial unaliver and he lives in my city and people unalived him and set that man up and I stuck my neck out there for Mo 3? I stuck my neck right out there for Mo 3 and he is an unaliver. I did the same thing for King Von. I did the same thing for Takeoff. I did the same thing for Young Dolph. I did the same thing for every other person who needed justice. It don't matter the lifestyle they lived. if I see injustice, I'm exposing what's really going on.
Tell people what's right and wrong. You can't make them do it.
Yeah.
You know, and they will have to live with the knowledge of what they enabled and okayed.
Yeah.
And they have to face their families who are going to say, why didn't you do something?
It's terrible.
You know, the burden's going to be really tough on them because everybody now knows.
Yes, listen, if I run into him in Miami, I'm going viral.
Okay.
Yeah, right. But anyway, and that's the facts. Like, even women are starting to wake up to this. Women are starting to wake up to this narrative.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. We are now surviving Diddy Glover getting a freak-off standing ovation by the other inmates when he was found not guilty.
So when Diddy went back to jail that day, they are reporting that there was a standing ovation for Diddy in the jailhouse. Everyone stood up and cheered for Diddy for beating the feds. Now people know that you can beat the feds.
Of the RICO during survival. And everybody's surprised. I'm not surprised one bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand, Diddy Glover literally had inmates washing his drawers with the poop streaks still inside of the drawers. Had the poop streaks in it. He had him washing his socks, all types of shit during survival. You gotta understand and imagine how many rappers that's been rapping Diddy Glover's ears off trying to get a record deal during survival. Imagine how many potential fiancés or boyfriends or rendezvous Diddy Glover probably had with other inmates during survival. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why dudes are excited, because, see, everybody ain't happy for you to be leaving jail, pure survival. So if you ever go, which I don't recommend, don't tell nobody you're going home during survival because they're not happy. But the reason why they're happy for Diddy Glover, because Diddy Glover has money, goddammit. So these inmates think that Diddy Glover is going to come home and reach back to them during survival. So they all want to see him go. And then a lot of people was forced to take deals because they were looking at life, double life. You know what I mean? So they feel like Diddy Glover is the first winner of the feds. You know what I'm saying? During survival. Even though people say, oh, he didn't beat the feds. Motherfucker beat life. He ain't getting life, you know what I mean? Which a lot of other inmates are. So we are surviving, all the inmates giving Diddy Glover a freak-off standing ovation in jail during survival.
Do y'all feel like Diddy won or did Diddy take a L? Because, I mean, y'all can say Diddy facing whatever. Diddy is not doing 10, 20 years. This is not going to be something, like, you just got to know the sentencing guidelines. Diddy is going to do anywhere from 2 to 5 years. That's just facts. And I mean, anywhere from no jail time to 5 years. Really, it's looking like they might give him 2 and he'll get off on some probation.
Because to be honest, I'm absolutely infuriated. Once again, we are seeing an absolute lack of justice for violence against women or just women in general. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say these bloody words, but it's getting a bit tiring and it's getting a bit sickening. How many times do we have to see the legal system bend over backwards to protect rich, powerful, and just wealthy celebrities, while survivors are just there to relive their trauma and have to have shitty questions put towards them? How many times? How many times? Let's talk about this jury. From the start, this case was never going to be fair. Let's start with the blatant obvious. You had 8 men on a jury about a case which was about the exploitation of women. Are you taking the piss? Partway through, a juror has to be removed. Wonder why? Let's be so for real. This trial was never going to be fair. It was a full-blown spectacle. The media frenzy, the online discourse, memes, the conspiracy theories, the deep fakes. How do you expect jurors to be impartial when they're getting opinions from literally every angle? Public opinion is already louder than the evidence itself. I said this with the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case. Once it's out there, it's hard to remove out of somebody's brain. This is exactly why I do not believe high-profile cases should be tried in front of a jury. The system is too noisy, bias is too deep, no. So let's break down what it is he was actually charged of. So these are all of the counts that Diddy was charged for. He was found guilty on 2 out of the 5 counts. The 2 counts are the exact same, they are just for different people. So there's transportation to engage in prostitution. But the main count that we wanted him to be found guilty for was the racketeering, because this would have held him accountable as the organizer of a criminal enterprise. And in this case, that enterprise would have been for prostitution. What I find very difficult to wrap my head around is the fact that he was charged for the transportation, but not for the prostitution itself. Now here's where the legal technicalities come in, and I'm just gonna give you a quick law 101. All cases have a standard of proof. That just means the level by which you need to be convinced of something being true or not. For criminal cases, you have the highest standard of proof, which is beyond a reasonable doubt. What that means is that you need to be sure that something happened. In order to convict Diddy of racketeering, the prosecution would have to prove that he was running or helping run a criminal group. That is a big thing to be sure of, because that does not mean that he's just a part of some shady dealings. It's not enough for him to just be a bad guy that's into some dodgy things and like some seedy behaviors. Do you know what I mean? There's very good reason as to why the standard of proof is so high, especially in criminal cases. We assume that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. There's a famous saying that says you'd rather set 100 men free that were guilty than put 1 innocent man in jail. At the end of the day, you're taking away someone's liberty. But in cases like these, this is why I said it and I'll say it again, this is why I don't believe juries should be a part of high-profile cases, because there's just too much chance for people with power and influence to get away with things. And I can't lie, what really frustrates me is that the prosecution also knew that this was going to be very difficult to prove. And I'm not blaming the prosecution, but what I'm saying is I think there could have been things that were done because you're either part of organized criminal crime or you're just a transporter. There's quite a big amount of breadth in which you could fill with other charges that could have filled it up. In my opinion, they should have brought more specific charges, because unfortunately there is a gray area in the law. The outcome that you get is either guilty or not guilty. Not guilty does not mean innocent. It just means that they cannot prove beyond the standard of proof that you are guilty for the crime charge. There were a total of 34 witnesses in this case. And you saw the key themes of coercion, violence, surveillance, drug-laced encounters, threats, and organized environments for freak-offs constantly mentioned. Obviously, we have the most famous testimony, which was Cassie's, in which she talked about a decade-long abusive relationship in which she was coerced into drug-fueled freak-offs, threats, physical violence, rape. There was obviously the video of her assault in 2016 that went viral. Also another girlfriend called Jane, who has been named that for the sake of keeping her anonymous. She described being forced to go to hotels with escorts to have hotel nights, which were continuing for 30 plus hours. She also shared text messages which suggested that she was being coerced. There was also Daniel Phillips, who was a male escort. He said he was paid up to £6,000 for him to have sex with Cassie while Diddy watched. He also said he witnessed Cassie's physical abuse. He saw her having a bottle thrown at her and her being dragged across the floor while she apologized continuously. Of course, very famously, Kid Cudi was on the stand as well. He testified about his relationship with Cassie and Coombs' response by vandalizing his home and arsoning his Porsche. There are so many testimonies that I could go through, but that would take a long time. If you guys want a video about that, I am more than happy to do it. But just know that there was one recurring theme throughout this. Cassie being physically abused, evidence of freak-offs, a lot of baby oil and lubricant being all over the place. We've seen the pictures of the Johnson's baby oil. It's insane. Evidence of drugs throughout the raids. Even after all of this evidence, it still wasn't enough. The standard of proof was just extremely high because they were going for the racketeering charge. Had they brought other charges such as coercive control, sexual assault, even financial abuse, I personally believe there was more than enough evidence to prove those lesser charges. So I guess the question is, what happens now? We have to wait for the sentencing hearing. And I'll be watching very closely. At least one thing was done correctly. Diddy was denied bail. We thank God. To be honest, I was pretty confident that he would be denied bail because transportation for prostitution is still a dangerous crime. Now, in terms of sentencing, he's facing up to 10 years for each count. So in total, that's 20 years he could be facing. But if I'm being honest, do I think that he'll be getting the full 20 years? No. Just based off the fact that this is his first conviction, I think think it'll be somewhere in the range of 6 to 12 years. Because this isn't just about jail time. This is about whether the system is truly willing to hold someone accountable. And personally, I'm just sick of the rich and famous being able to get away with bullshit when the average person, well, can't. But I say that, but when it comes to sexual assault cases, they have the worst statistics worldwide. Why is it that the cases of these nature do not ever seem to have bloody justice? All I'm going to say is, not guilty does not mean innocent. And that's what I've got to say.
Not guilty definitely means your ass is innocent. That means you get to walk away and you didn't do what the fuck they said you did. So it looks like Diddy is innocent of the shit they said he was guilty of, right? If I'm not, I don't think I'm wrong about that.
Please be seated.
Now let's check this out. Let's watch this reenactment of what went on in the court that day, because a lot of y'all was not there in the court. Tisa got on her live and completely lied about what happened when Diddy was sentenced. Now you got Law and Crime doing an AI reenactment of what went down during the Diddy trial and when he was found not guilty and guilty of the things he was found not guilty and guilty of. So Tisa lied and drug out the whole story of what really went down. Do y'all want to see what really happened? Because by this is a great reenactment to know exactly what the fuck was going on in that courtroom. Do y'all want to see it? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Drop the gems if you want to see it. Drop the caps if you don't want to. But let's watch what happened during the Diddy trial that you guys didn't get to see, but we got to see because we was there. Let's continue.
I'll ask the deputy to hand me the note.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We have received a note from the jury at 9:52 a.m. The note reads, "We have reached a verdict on all counts. We'll make this a court exhibit. Anything to address from the parties before we bring our jury out?"
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything from the defense?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. The only thing that I'll say to you, to those of you who are in the courtroom and in the overflow rooms, is to maintain...
I didn't mean sentencing. I meant the Diddy verdict reading. That's what I mean. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Come on, man.
...in order while the verdict is being read, and until we have the jury out of the courtroom for the sanctity of the process. And there are a few things that we need to do to deal with before we adjourn. And so I just ask everyone's cooperation in maintaining order as that is done. With that, I'll ask the deputy to bring back our jury.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please be seated. Members of the jury, we have received your most recent note stating that you have reached a verdict. I will ask the deputy to provide the foreperson with a microphone and I'll inquire as to the verdict.
Yes, Your Honor.
Our foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
We have.
Is the verdict unanimous?
It is.
Can you please provide the verdict form to the court deputy? All right, Mr. Deputy, can you please provide the verdict form back to the foreperson?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the foreperson, the deputy will inquire as to the verdict, and then we'll go through each of the jurors to ensure that the verdict is each one of your verdicts. Mr. Deputy, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. In the matter of the United States v. Sean Combs, 24 CR 542, the verdict sheet. Count 1, racketeering conspiracy. Juror number 2, how do you find the defendant? Not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Proceeding to the next count. Count 2, sex trafficking of Cassandra Ventura. How do you find the defendant? Not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Count 3, Mann Act transportation, Cassandra Ventura. How do you find the defendant? Not guilty or guilty?
Guilty.
Count 4, sex trafficking of Jane. How do you find the defendant? Not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Count 5, Mann Act transportation, Jane. How do you find the defendant? Not guilty or guilty?
Guilty.
Your Honor, I will now poll the juries individually. If you could pass the microphone. Juror number 1, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. You may pass the microphone over. I will ask you as well. Thank you. Juror number 2, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 3, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 4, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 5, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 6, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could pass the mic all the way down. Juror number 7, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 8, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 9, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 10, is this your true and correct verdict?
That is correct.
Thank you. Juror number 11, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. Juror number 12, is this your true and correct verdict?
Yes.
Thank you. The verdict is unanimous, Your Honor.
Very good. Counsel, is there any reason that I cannot now dismiss the jury?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Agnifilo?
With our thanks.
Meaning I may dismiss the jury.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, in a moment I'm going to excuse you. Before I do, I want to say a few words about the trial. This is a case that has received considerable press. I can already tell you that members of the press will ask to speak with you. Not only are you free to refuse to speak with anyone or disclose what went on in the jury room, but there is good reason to decline to discuss anything with the press. Our jury system has long been based on the notion that what happens in the jury room stays in the jury room. As the Supreme Court has explained, freedom of debate might be stifled and independence of thought checked if jurors were made to feel that their arguments and ballots were to be freely published to the world. In that regard, I think there is an important reason to respect the privacy of your deliberations. With that said, the choice whether to speak with others about the case and your personal views is up to you. That is your choice. All of the instructions that I gave you previously about not talking to each other about the case, not talking to anyone else about the case, not looking up anything about the case, reading anything about the case, I probably gave you that instruction about 50 to 100 times. All of that is gone. Poof. You are not subject to those instructions any further. What I will ask is that if you do speak to the press or anyone about the case and your involvement in it, that you respect the privacy of your fellow jurors, deliberations, and views. You can speak about your own views about the case, but do not speak about what your colleagues' views were or how the deliberations played out. I will also ask that members of the media respect this principle by refraining to question jurors about the deliberations. Jurors, if you have any question or feel uncomfortable based on any outreach that you receive from anyone, please feel free to bring that to my attention. And in a moment, after we adjourn here, I'll provide you with the court's contact information so that all of you can contact the court and you have an open channel here. I really want to thank all of you for your hard work, your patience, and your dedication. I know that you've given up a lot to be here over the last 10 weeks, and it's taken a tremendous sacrifice. But I want you to know that it's inspiring to all of us. You listened, you worked together, you were here every day, rain or shine. You did so with no reward other than the reward that comes with answering the call of public service. And that should give us all hope. So on behalf of the parties, the court staff, and most of all myself, I want to really thank you for your service here over the past 10 or more weeks. Now, if you're willing to wait, I know that you've been deliberating for a while and you've been here for a very long time. But if you need to leave, then I would totally respect that. But I have a few important matters to address with the parties. After that, I'd love to come back to the jury room and meet you personally and thank you personally for all the hard work that you've put into this case. With that, I will excuse you for a second to the jury room. It may be more than a second, it may be a few minutes, and then I'll come back there. Just give me a few minutes, and I will be back there to meet you personally. With that, all rise for the jury.
What do y'all think about? Oh yeah, and they had this. This is what Diddy was doing at the end. Hold on. At the end of the shit, you know what I'm saying? Diddy definitely got up and prayed about that. He definitely got on his knees and prayed. He definitely did. So that's the shit they not telling you about what went on that day. They don't want to give y'all the real gems of what was really going on.
What direction do you think Diddy should go in when he do get up?
Well, you asking me what angle do I think that he should take once he get out of prison, and that could be 10, 15.
Now, Tisa Tells, Gene Deal, Jaguar Wright, Ali Carter are all looking crazy as hell right now. Tisa Tell front and center, Gene Deal, get your big ass up here. And, you didn't lied a lot. Jaguar, Ali, y'all all done lied on Diddy. Tisa, you being the main one in the mix. Y'all been lying. Let's get to it.
Years from now, could be 5 years from now. I don't know, bruh. But what I would want him to do is hang himself. Do Epstein.
Gene, you're only saying shit like that because you know you done lied your ass off.
That's the way I feel, bruh. Like people gonna look at that as being harsh, not godlike and everything like that. But I don't love my enemies. I don't know what you do to yours, but I don't love my enemies at all.
But for you to say he should hang himself, I mean, that's a little extreme. I mean, when did he do for you to feel like that?
Bruh, I never really discussed the fact that my issues with my job with nobody. You understand? Because people don't realize is that let me sit up in this a little bit. You know, I know people gonna say what they want to say. People don't realize this, brother, that it's a lot of that happened with us as far as when you go do a security job and you're willing to die for somebody.
What are y'all thinking of Gene Deal right now? Y'all tell me in the chat. What are y'all thinking of Gene Deal? They say clout chasing. Gene Deal looks like he can cook a mean Cornish hen. They said Gene is team Tisa. Exactly. They both liars. They say I never trusted Gene when he first opened his mouth. This dude always talking about, oh, I could have saved Biggie Small's life. Yeah, he always saying some goofy shit. They say he talks too much. Gene Deal wants that bag. Let's get to it.
We was in situations that I could have lost my life protecting him. But that's what I'm getting paid for. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm there. That's why I'm one of the lead dudes in the crew. When he's with the same gang, when I'm working for Tim Dog Buck Naked, when I'm working for Uptown Records, wherever I'm working there, you understand? I'm always one of the same guy, one of the lead dudes doing the security stuff. When me and Puff sat down and we decided that I was gonna have my own contract, I said to dude, whatever you do, whatever go down, you don't know me. We bet. Cool. You understand what I'm saying? It might be situations like that, but you don't know me. When Big got murdered, the FBI at my job, the LAPD at my job, I lose my job. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now I gotta fight for my job back. Puff ain't never give me a dime. And I don't think I was supposed to ask him for it either. It's only the right thing to do. But I didn't say nothing else. I ain't say nothing to him. I did what I was supposed to do as a man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Gene, no one understands what you're saying. Just get to the fact that you lied about everything you said. Let's get to the facts that you're a liar, Gene.
If I start crying, what the f***ing baby gonna do, bro?
What are you even talking about, Gene? If I start crying, what the baby gonna do, bro? Gene got bags under his eyes. Gene ain't been sleeping since Diddy got acquitted on them charges.
So I got odd jobs until I fight my case. You understand? Won my case. But every time somebody bring up something, every time I go through arbitration about something, they bring this bad boy thing up because you gotta understand. They came and told my job, your officer was working security in California and he witnessed a murder of arguably one of the top rappers at that time. The New York State Division of Parole at that time had just got a lawsuit.
Gene, where are you going with this? Gene, they asked you a straight up question and you just going on and on about it, your whole background history. Nigga, just answer the question. How you feeling, brother?
Because of discrimination. It was basically a white agency. So they start bringing black young talent in to deal with the parolees because they didn't have that at first. You understand? So now, me getting that report and his people telling the FBI, the LAPD about me, put a ugly light on my head with the agency.
Gene, shut the hell up, Lion.
You could call in. Hey, Gene Deal stepped on my toe and he ain't said excuse me. Suspend me. And the first thing they'll bring up in the reports is the incident about Bad Boy.
Oh my God, this dude, Gene, nobody feels sorry for your lying ass, bro. Don't nobody feel sorry for your lying ass. This don't have nothing to do with Diddy. Talking about people was suspending him at work, blaming Diddy. Gene, you sound like Tisa Tales, Gene. Let's be real. You sounding a lot like Tisa.
My lawyer told him on like the third arbitration hearing, why do y'all keep bringing this Bad Boy thing up? And he did this and he did that to try to mess with the arbitrator. Y'all can't do that, but they do it anyway because they're allowed to. Then I can handle me. I'll go out and get a job. I'll shovel for a living. But they put stipulations in where you can't work at a certain hour, certain time. Things change, bruh. I never fought this dude for me. I fought because of what he was doing to other people. And I don't understand why it's so hard. I don't understand why it's so hard that he said some negative shit about somebody and they lost their life. With Wolf. A dude that sit around and collect money for him to make sure that he was good. This dude dies after he went to talk to Puff, when Puff's supposed to do something for him and he didn't do it.
Gene, it sounds like you're a bitter ex-employee. I'm gonna be real with you. You sound like a bitter ex-employee, just like the rest of them people who took the stand.
Cussing Wolf's mother, talking crazy to her. If Wolf was alive, Puff would be dead. Because he either beat the shit out of him to death or did something to him. So it's not necessarily he did something directly to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which he did do some things to me. Because if you mess up my livelihood where I gotta go out to Miami and bodyguard Scott Storch. I gotta work in nightclubs now. I gotta get my hustle on to take care of my family.
Yeah, you gotta get your hustle on, like getting up here lying on social media about what really went on when you was working with Bad Boy.
Then, bro, you wrong. You wrong.
He on that Coke Zero just like Tisa.
Dude been wrong for a long time on a whole lot of situations. And he know it. So you ask me, what he do to me? He did a lot of shit. As far as fucking up the agreement that we had.
Oh, see, it all comes out. Now it all comes out, Gene. The truth is coming out. Now you mad about the agreement y'all had. Good job covering the Diddy trial, Gene. These interviews, yeah, Gene ain't trustworthy. Salute Spitting Fire for that 10-piece. I appreciate you.
That caused me all the turmoil in the job that I went to school for, a job that I trained for, a job that I worked. You know how many times they came to me telling me to quit my job and become security for Bad Boy? Yo, Gene, we'll be 75,000. I make that in my base. What is you talking about? So, I don't know how you're gonna put that together, brother. But I didn't deserve the that he did to me. And I damn sure didn't deserve none of the he caused from Big Death, from Wolf Death, and being around that he did and didn't do for people what we were supposed to love. I ain't deserve to see none of this. It is what it is.
Do y'all believe Gene Deal? Let me know in the chat. Drop the gems if you believe Gene. Drop the caps if you think he's a lying sack of crap. Let me know in the chat. Do you believe Gene? Drop the gems or drop the caps if he is a lying sack of crap. Let me know in the chat. Is Gene Deal a lying sack of crap?
Let's see. Maybe I have to do it.
And yes, Tisa is a tarot card reader. I'm telling y'all, the woman does witchcraft. She's all that. Y'all really been following a whole psychopath. Let's continue.
Okay, I'm gonna do it like this, y'all. So we're gonna have
Are more charges coming for Diddy? Is California on the way for P. Diddy? Let's change this. Let's see what's going on.
a little movement going on. If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. I'm gonna give a few shout outs before I go in. Let's see. It's dark in here, it's hard to see. I can't even hardly read the handles.
Well, let's get to it then, sir.
Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas City. Yeah. He said a lot. He had a lot to say. One of the things that he said during his extensive interview with DJ Academics is that the feds are not done with Diddy. Lil Rod is suing Diddy for an array of things like assault, all kinds of stuff. You know, he's suing Diddy. He's suing him, and Lil Rod trying to get to the bag. I was surprised that the feds did not call Lil Rod in this, for this Diddy trial. And
has anybody seen the Lil Rod and DJ Academics thing? Because I want to play a clip from that if y'all want to see it. Let me know in the chat if y'all want to see a clip from that. I'm going to play it as soon as this ends.
If we are to believe what he's saying, it makes sense now why they wouldn't call him. Lil Rod had a whole lot to say about Diddy prior to the trial. And he was conspicuously quiet during the trial. At least I didn't hear anything from him. So, if we are to believe what he's saying, there could be some credence to his comments. He's saying that the feds he claimed that the feds told him they're not done with Diddy.
And I believe the feds ain't done with Diddy. They just made the feds look stupid as hell. The feds look goofy as hell. You had the feds running up out that damn court building, mad as hell. I was showing you live reactions from the feds. The feds was pissed off. I'm talking about the feds could not believe that Diddy's supporters actually showed up to that courtroom in support of Diddy. They couldn't believe Diddy beat the RICO. They were mad, holding briefcases and boxes. It looked like a couple people got fired. They was walking out there with their boxes with all their shit in it from their office. They was leaving that damn courtroom mad. They was getting on elevators, pushing people. Matter of fact, everybody who you seen being violent was in support of the prosecution. Have y'all noticed that? It wasn't people who supported Diddy trying to fight nobody. Everyone who was being violent were team prosecution. They were anti-Diddy. Everyone who got an attitude, everyone who was picking at people, everyone who tried to be violent was all in support of the prosecution. Now let that sink in. Now we got Lil Rod over here doing an interview with DJ Academics who bodied him. Salute to Academics, by the way. Academics bodied Lil Rod. Let's watch this. Do y'all want to see it? Drop the gems if you want to see it. Drop the caps if you do not.
Are we live right now? This is recording.
Oh, we're live. We're live. We got about 60,000 people in here.
Just making sure.
It will
Where
be,
we live at?
We're live on YouTube. We're live on Kick. We are live on Rumble, and we're live on Meta.
All right, cool. Cause I really didn't do my homework with this. I just came in to do.
No, I'm listen.
I've seen some videos with you, and I've seen some of your posts, and I just think you're a cool guy. You know what I'm saying?
I've read your lawsuit back and front. I've tried to verify every single detail. You guys have headless. First of all, at your first initial complaint, which I do want to ask you about this too. And again, these are things that's going to be asked in court. And I don't know if maybe you need more time to answer these, but it's going to be asked in court. You accused Diddy of being around underage women. None of that came out in trial. He was never accused criminally of being with underage women. You had pictures of women who later came out themselves to say, that's me, and I'm grown. I'm 27. Why did you think there was underage women at his party? And again, what was your state of mind?
Again, bro, they have successfully, well, not really successfully, because the truth is being revealed as time is going by, but they have been out reshaping the public opinion during this whole process. They hired private investigators to hold them young. So I don't care, bro. The reality is nothing that they're doing is stopping this from seeing a judge.
No, it will, but you're not answering the question, though. There are certain things, again, what we found out is that if someone says, yo, you did 15 things, and we found out that 12 things were lies, the other 3 looks kind of crazy. So you alleged a few things.
Why are you saying that, for example, I said 12 things and only 3 things was correct? That's what you're saying?
Well, I could point out over a dozen lies to you right now.
Because it's probably going to be everything I did say was accurate, and then some things hasn't.
No, sir. It's very different. Okay. Most of the things you said, I will admit, the feds tried to use, but Diddy actually spanked that case in federal court, at least 3-2. He got convicted of. He
helped shape the public again.
You accused of civil RICO. They filed a criminal RICO. He beat the RICO. You accused.
Some of the evidence. And people have not seen the court yet. Where's Christina Cora?
Remains to be seen. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Where's so many? People are dodging process services. You know what I'm saying? So the reality is, bro.
You're still not answering this question though. You alleged that he was with. You said underage women were around these events in that time period. I'm just. By the way, it's completely fine for you to be like, oh, I thought they were.
I said this, bro. I'm not backing down, bro. Let's go back.
What are y'all there? He's getting flustered now. Academics is bodying him. Now the dude is you getting your Tisa tail stuttering on. You getting your Tisa on. You getting your Tisa on. You're getting your Tisa on. At the end of the day, see, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, academics, at the end of the day, y'all. At the end of the day, y'all. At the end of the day, y'all. At the end of the day. Let's go, Lil Rod.
So you still believe there were underage women there?
Let's go back for the 4th time. Everything that I said in my complaint is accurate.
No, but that's not true now, because you took that out of the complaint, and that's out of there. You're on a second amended complaint. The first complaint. I have both of them here. I could quote you right now. You have pictures.
Everything that I said in my complaint is accurate, bro.
Okay, so all right. So if everything is accurate, why would you remove the part about underage women? Hold on. I'll do some reading for you, right? So you said, hey, listen, an event that happened on July 2nd, 2023 in California at Mr. Combs' listening party. There was an R&B redacted. Justin Combs, sex workers, and underage girls were there. The event started at 7 p.m. Combs requested female sex workers and required Mr. Jones to solicit them. In addition to sex workers, there were 5 women in the crowd that were under the age of 16. He forced all the women to drink laced De Leon liquor, and basically then Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. Mr. Combs did not check the identification of the underage girls. The presence of these underage women made Mr. Jones uncomfortable. He attempted to leave. Mr. Combs forced him to stay. I could post the pictures now. It shows uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and I don't speak Spanish that well. It shows 4 pictures that you put there with blacked out faces of Diddy kissing women who you claim were underage. I have 3 of the women Instagram. They claim that they popped out. That's them in the pictures, and that clearly they're of age. I could tell you the article that you could see, because multiple outlets ran articles on the women who said, no, that's me in that picture, and I'm overage. Why and where did you come with the underage thing? And if you're saying everything you're standing on, why did you take it out of the second complaint? You should have left those pictures and said, yo, this is Diddy with the underage girl. You said they were under the age of 16. That to me is nasty. If that's true, Diddy should not be coming home and potentially by Christmas, he should sit in jail till Christmas 30-35. You don't believe that? If he was with underage kids and you saw it?
Yo, what's your relationship with Harvey at TMZ?
I have none.
He tried to. Hey man, hold on. What's your relationship to Harvey? And over at TMZ, what's your relationship? I have none. So I want to fuck what you just asked me. I want to know what's good with TMZ. What are you talking about, Lil Rod?
None.
I have none.
You have no dealings with TMZ.
They've asked me to come on there to interview a few times about the Drake rap battle, about Kanye because I did an interview with them.
Have you talked to anybody about this interview with me?
No. Hey, listen, no one. Just to let you know, I cover every trial. I subscribe to the docket that you filed against him. I'm on Pacer spending $3,000 a month seeing everything. I missed nothing.
Interview with me again, bro. You gotta understand, badgering me ain't gonna be it.
It's not about badgering you. It's like I let you get some stuff off, but we can't just. This is not propaganda.
We've talked about this, but what we're not gonna do is be disrespectful, King.
No, so is it disrespectful if I'm asking you facts?
You asked me facts, and I gave you my facts.
You said you're standing on everything you said.
Hey, fast talking me never gets anywhere.
Hold on. Fast talking me ain't gonna never get me nowhere, man. Fast talking me, fam. Just say I lied. Like academics clearly showing us you're a fucking liar. Like just stop doing your best Tisa Tales act and just tell the damn truth. You, Tisa, and the rest of the Diddy haters just can't tell the truth to save y'all life.
But the other side finds out later. It don't matter. You can talk faster.
It's not about talking fast. You said you stand on everything you said, and then I brought up that you removed things.
Listen, I've given you quite a lot.
No, you have. No, you have said a lot.
The rest will be.
But this interview is not for propaganda. This interview is for us, the public, not for Diddy, not for you. It's for us to find the truth out.
I hear you. And after he gets convicted, I'm sorry, he's already convicted after they sentence him, and after I go to trial on my case, I am more than 100% ready to come back and have a whole nother interview with you. I'm not running from interviews, but I told you, and I'm gonna do more, but I told you, you know what I'm saying, certain facts regarding certain things, specifically around my case, bro, we're not gonna have that conversation right now.
The only reason why I asked is because you told me why you removed some people from the lawsuit. So
I hear you, but
so I asked you why you removed one of the most serious allegations, which is about
Diddy's legal team have been spinning things different in the public eye, and I'm not for to give them the chance to try to finagle out of a situation because I'm sitting here talking with you and whoever else may not. I don't care.
Okay, your statement can't get that. You can't make that happen. You said that he was with children. I mean, if that's true, then there's nothing that anyone can say to spin it any other way. If you're saying the man was with kids, why did you take it out of the fucking report and submit a different version of this lawsuit without that? So, I mean, I would think that would be the biggest part to get Diddy convicted for the rest of his life. Because I, along with everybody else in this room, would say if Diddy was messing with kids, then he definitely should be doing life in prison. He definitely should not be coming home. And I don't think anybody would be in support of him coming home if it was facts that he was doing things with children. So let's keep it a buck.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Listen, a no comment always suffices. We'll take what we seem appropriate from it.
And the reason why I don't care because with time.
So that right there was Lil Rod. I ain't gonna play Academics host here. Salute to Academics. You wanna watch the whole thing? Go to his Lil Rod interview on his channel. These people all lied, man. That's facts. These people all lied. Let's continue. Diddy's assistant breaks his silence on FO parties.
Assistant breaks his silence on Diddy's freak-off parties. Diddy's assistant from 2019 to 2022 sat down on the fall of Diddy and did an explosive interview detailing the horrifics of Diddy's freak-off parties and how he had to set up and how he also had to clean up afterwards. Throughout this interview, Philip Pines gave bombshell receipts and even confirmed that he testified to the grand jury against Diddy. And the receipts this man has is insane. He has photographs, he has text messages, and he also has voice memos from Diddy talking about the setup and the cleanups of these freak-offs. Philip Pine's allegations against Diddy are very similar to those in Lil Rod's lawsuit. And we know that Lil Rod also worked on the Love album, and he worked during the Love album as well. Diddy's assistant was regularly asked to get a laundry list of items for the freak-offs that Diddy referred to during the Love album times allegedly as Wild King Nights. The list of items included lights, alcohol, and a lot of different substances. He said those requests started to become more and more frequent. It started to occur on a daily basis. There was a requirement. We had to keep those things stocked, he says, adding that Christina Coram, Diddy's chief of staff's enterprise, commonly delegated these tasks. He included so many text messages from Christina Coram about him having to set up these freak-off parties. Wild King Hotel night tonight. Prep a bag. You will be going to set up a hotel in the next 2 hours. There was even a text message about a list of substances that he was allegedly supposed to give Diddy. She also talks about Astroglide and baby oil. Again, another separate text message asking for the same things with 4 of those young coconuts. That's the only part that I don't understand. Text messages telling him that he is going to have to ride to adult shops with them. FYI, I think Diddy is doing the Wild King night at the hotel. In this documentary, there were voice memos of Diddy saying, "Phil, can you come back upstairs and help me set up the red light?" This is another accusation that Lil Rod talks about in his lawsuit. Another voice memo that we heard in this documentary was Diddy asking Pines to get him a whole bunch of different substances. We only heard a few voice memos compared to the whole list it showed in the documentary that he actually had from Diddy. He also had pictures of the baby oil and the Astroglide that he would have to set up in these hotels. He said that he was also in charge of getting candles and incense, Apple TVs, electronics, including iPads, on which Diddy allegedly filmed these acts. And he said it was also his job to scrub these acts from Diddy's personal devices so family members and business partners wouldn't find them. Pines said that one of the hardest parts about his job was having to clean up these rec rooms after Diddy's events. He said the floors in the room were slippery due to the mass amounts of baby oil used in the acts. There would be baby oil surrounding the bathtub, and there would be a bathtub full of water, and you would reach down there to unplug it, and you would feel the baby oil was in the bathtub. He said that he would also find bodily fluids, used condoms, baby oil, Astroglide, broken glass, urine, and blood. He said it wasn't uncommon for there to be stains on the furniture or stains on the sheets that they needed to remove. One can only imagine what was actually happening. It's disgusting. He also included more text messages from Christina Coram that said Diddy said he's going to need emergency cleanup at the hotel once they leave and come to the house. And another one said, "Hey, Diddy is still in the hotel, but when you get to Mapleton, he asked if you could bring him stain remover for a chair and couch and black trash bags and baking soda too," he said. He also shared other text messages that seemed to be from another employee. They said, "I just got to his hotel. He is litty, but he is still vibing. Hit me up when you get to Mapleton." He said, "Bet, cleanup gonna be insane." This person replied, "I call it baby oil party, Khaled voice." Diddy's assistant also said that he recalled a time during his employment witnessing Diddy allegedly getting violent with a young woman. He said, "I remember at the time I saw Diddy assault one of his guests at the home in Florida. Things were getting a little heated. They were very argumentative. He cursed at her and told her, 'I told you I was crazy.'" He claims that Diddy kicked this young woman twice, and after she fell to the floor, he ordered him to take off his hoodie. She was topless, and my thinking was, I had a little jacket on. on. So I took it off to cover her, got her in the Uber, and she went home. At the end of the interview, he broke down in tears and described that Diddy allegedly ordered him to have physical relations with the girl to prove his loyalty to him. He said he took a shot with Diddy and his female guests at the time, and he alleged that that was Diddy's way of making sure that you felt comfortable. He said he then went back to the office and sat there, and then he got summoned again to take another shot. He said that he remembers Diddy allegedly saying the words, "Prove your loyalty to me, you're king." He claimed that Diddy grabbed him by the shoulders, gave him a massage like a coach would give a player that's about to enter a game, handed him protection, and then pushed him to the girl that was sitting on the couch. He said, "I froze before it took place. I didn't know what was happening. In that moment, I felt like, is this fun for him? Is this a test for entertainment? Does he know he's doing this? Is he that gone? I didn't know what to do." He then said that the woman gave him consent and nodded her head, and he performed for a little bit, and then he ran out of the room as soon as he didn't see Diddy in his sight anymore. Honestly, just my opinion on this, I think that this former assistant for Diddy possibly got caught up and he had no choice but to give his statements, and this is why he testified to the grand jury. And I say this because in Diddy's indictment, specifically the racketeering charge, it said that Diddy relied on employees, resources, and influence of a multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise. And this man alone had so many receipts, and I can only imagine, since we know that he testified to the grand jury, that he probably gave all of this to the grand jury. And I can only assume that Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Quorum, is probably going to be in a lot of trouble. This is not the first time that this woman has been named for allegedly taking part in felicitating some of these things happening. Most notably in Lil Rod's lawsuit, which is around the same time that this man is saying some very similar allegations against Diddy and Christina Quorum. Philip Hines not only sued Diddy,
Somebody said, I'm starting to think Diddy ain't as bad as people say he is, or am I tripping? You went to New York to be where everyone else was successful, and why are you even over here? Get Amira ugly ass the hell up out this channel. Come on, bye. Get her gone. Goodbye, girl. Have a good night.
He also sued Christina Quorum, and we are about to get into this lawsuit in my next video that I'm about to upload in just a little bit. I will also add this whole lawsuit over on my Patreon at Kadisha Lynn if you're interested in reading the whole thing. And also, please go support me over on my YouTube channel at Kadisha Lynn. I would greatly appreciate it, just in case we do lose TikTok. That way you guys have me on my backup page. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Salute to Kadisha Lynn. You know I love Kadisha Lynn. Salute to her. Salute, salute, salute. Let's continue.
He's eating out her vagina, shifting his anus in my view. All of a sudden he jumps up and he starts to act like he's, gonna eat a vagina, which he never did. And he buries his face in her vagina. While he's doing it, he tells me to keep masturbating so she can watch. Okay, no problem. So now I'm watching her masturbate, but he's eating out her vagina, shifting his anus in my view. So it's distracting me because I can't see her vagina, I can see his anus. So I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm gonna let you finish your spin.
Okay, go ahead.
So I see what he's doing, and at first I didn't realize what he was doing. I just got annoyed, so I moved to another side of the bed. I believe I moved to the right, just so I would be at an angle to see past him. He waits maybe 2 seconds. He scoots his ass back in front of my view. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? So I'm getting mad. I'm like, what is this guy doing? So I moved back to the left side of the bed. Sure enough, a couple of seconds later, he does it again. Finally, I said, yo, what's wrong with you, man? You blocking my view with your ass. Can you stop? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He got up. He gets back in the seat like he's going to start his voyeurism again watching. And he tells us we can go ahead. Then she starts laughing at me. She's like, yo, you got to go. I'm like, I got to go? Why? And she's like, yo, you got to go. I'll see you later. She's like, yo, you passed though. And I said, I passed? What do you mean I passed? She was like, yo, you passed. She gives me a big hug. I didn't really know what she was talking about till probably later that night when I thought about it. Why is he doing that? Because he was trying to entice me to make me think that his asshole was the same as her vagina. And he was hoping that I might have been high and did it.
You gonna get flowered. Girl, you know damn
Do
well.
y'all believe this dude? Let me know in the chat. Do y'all believe that this dude is even telling the truth? Drop the gems if you believe this man's story. Drop the caps if you think this is another person that's full of crap. What do y'all think, man? Let me know in the chat.
This one time, the entire living room was dark, which I thought was weird. Basically, in this encounter, what she does is she keeps the room dark so I can't see the fact that she's menstruating. She kind of seduces me into thinking that we're going to have sex regularly because, again, I don't know she's on a menstrual cycle. She gets on top of me. She grabs my member. She inserts it in her because she's already wet. She's on her menstrual cycle. She orgasms real quick, and then I push her off of me, cut the lights on, and it literally looks like the St. Valentine's Day massacre. It's blood everywhere, and she's heavily on her period. So I'm pissed. I'm like, I said, why would you do something like that to me? This is disgusting. Tasha, the girl is totally shitting on me. She's like, so what? So what? And she's arrogant about it. So Diddy's sitting there watching it. He's her man. He's her protector. I'm getting more and more aggressive. I'm calling her nasty bitchs. I'm pissed. He says, yo, you know something, bro? You mad cool. It's been like 6-7 years. I'm not going to lie to you. She knew she was on her period. She just really wanted you to come here. You see how we was calling you. You see how she demanded you come. So she had sex with you. He was like, yo, it was wrong. I'm going to give you some money. Calm down. Let's not do this. We've been seeing each other too long. He really used to try to be a mediator. I'm not going to lie. He goes in the room. He gets me like $5,000. He comes out and gives me $5,000 to stop arguing with her. Tasha, I stopped arguing with him. He says, yo, go check it in your room. He gives me a key for my suite in the Beverly Hills Hotel. I take my $5 cash. I go to my room. I go to sleep. I wake up the next day. She calls me that night. She apologizes about the night before. She says, listen, I was drunk. I'm on my period. I was horny. You really disappointed me by the fact that you didn't want to come. And she said, yeah, what I did was wrong. I'm sorry. I should have told you I was on my period. She totally apologized. So how could you get on the stand and tell the stand that Diddy made you have sex with me when you know for a fact that I know that that's a lie? Yeah.
Hey, this is Chad Evanwell Laundry.
Yeah, I don't know about.
With more bankruptcy.
I don't know if I believe this dude, man. This dude's story kind of iffy. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty iffy.
I saw Sean Combs' member. It's not big. So I believe Cassie.
Okay, let's see. Now you. I saw Sean Combs' member is not big. Man, I don't know. You sounding kind of iffy. I ain't gonna lie. Something real sus about you, bro.
Said, yo, listen, my husband has a small penis. I'm hiring you because you can satisfy me. He likes to watch. I'm 3 times larger than him, I would probably say, just off a glance. I never had a sexual relationship with him. I need to say that.
Did he have a micro penis or something?
He just was small. You know, he big pockets, little member. That's just what it was, man. He big pockets. You know, and women don't care. No disrespect. Women don't care when you got a lot of money. Listen, you got a lot of money. We can get around it. He got enough money. She was a young, horny girl. She liked to have sex. And this was the arrangement. He took her around. They would have these freak offs because she was into the swinger lifestyle. Hate to say it.
Yeah, I don't know about this dude, fam. This dude definitely seems like he's stretching it a little bit. No Diddy. He seems like
Did Sean Diddy Combs tamper with the witnesses?
It's like he's stretching it a little bit. Let's go.
Or did he tamper with the jurors? Well, now some of the jurors are speaking out, and one of his alleged victims.
Here we go now.
So let's see what the hell's going on up in here, man. Let's see what the hell going on.
Source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So it's been a few days since we talked about the verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. However, more people are speaking out, including...
I don't want to play that goddamn music. I'm going to go to the next one. I didn't know that damn music was playing in that one. I don't want to play no damn music. Let's continue. I ain't trying to get my shit struck for playing no music.
They tried to say it was...
This dude was actually at the verdict. This dude was mad as hell when that verdict came back too. I met him. We actually spoke. He's cool. I don't got an issue with him, but he definitely is anti-Diddy, and this dude was really pissed when that verdict got read.
Conspiracy, but they didn't put anyone else from the conspiracy on the stand. And they couldn't explain how the conspiracy did anything but benefit Puff personally. So they were basically proposing a conspiracy with one person. I'm sure prosecutors tried very hard to get Christina Karam on the stand, but I bet she was proving to be a hostile witness and a combustible element that they did not know what would happen. I think sex trafficking with respect to Cassie was hard to prove because juries don't understand victims who stay with their abusers for a very long time. Why didn't she leave remained a constant question, and it's hard to argue that she was forced when she seems to have said, "I'm always down to freak off." That is not what she meant. I think Puff benefited from extraordinary lawyering. Mark Agnifilo was fantastic in framing the Cassie beating tape as not part of protecting some criminal enterprise, but protecting his reputation. He framed all of this as some personal, private, kinky stuff that is their personal business, not a crime. He almost made it seem like it was a First Amendment case. Meanwhile, the government wasn't able to present one clear moment where she was absolutely forced. The beating tape suggests perhaps a culture of being forced, but not the direct moment of force that the law wants to see to take away your freedom. I learned the difference between those two things in this trial. Then we had Jane, who clearly loves him to this day. If she still loves him, how bad could it have been, right? We were having a national conversation about trauma bonding and the persistence of love in abusive and toxic relationships. And yet, most of the audience was not listening and continued to ask the question, why didn't she just leave?
Yeah, that dude, I don't know about him, man. He was kind of, I don't know, that dude's mad, like for real. That dude's really mad.
Diddy's former chef, who is supposed to be a witness testifying against him, is now accusing him of tampering with grand jury witnesses. As you know, one of Diddy's former chefs, Chef Jordan, was going to be a witness who was going to testify against Diddy in his criminal trial until the feds cut their witness list. Chef Jordan was brought up in Diddy's former assistant David James' testimony against Diddy about her being assaulted in 2008 while working for Diddy. And her testimony was also going to be about seeing Cassie Ventura after she was beat in 2009 and taken to the London hotel and hid for a week. Now she's putting out everything. As you can see, here is her grand jury subpoena where she had to go to the grand jury on April 2nd of 2024. And in this grand jury subpoena, she had to testify and give evidence in regard to an alleged violation of federal law. And remember, these federal subpoenas, you don't have a choice. You go and you testify about things that have happened, and you better tell the truth, because if not, they can arrest you for perjury. And also, you have to show up, because failure to attend and produce any items hereby demanded all constitute contempt of court and will subject you to civil sanctions and criminal penalties. She alleged that Diddy was tampering with a federal grand jury witness because after she had to go and testify to the grand jury, she received this text message from Diddy's attorney during this time in 2024. The text says, "Dear Chef Jordan, this is Aaron Dyer. I am Sean Combs' attorney. I left you a voicemail last week, but I wanted to follow up. I had been told that you had been contacted by law enforcement and might want an attorney to represent you. Let me know if you want to discuss or have us help with this. Feel free to call or text me at any time at your convenience. Aaron." And remind you, witness tampering is something that Diddy was actually being charged for under that RICO charge in this criminal trial, and they were alleging multiple different instances of this. And I'm sure y'all remember, this wasn't the first time they were alleging this. They also said that Diddy was doing this stuff in jail during the first time he tried to get bail, and this is one of the reasons why it was denied. And Chef Jordan also released that she was another person that actually wrote a letter to have the judge deny Diddy's bail, writing to express my grave concern over the possible release of Sean Combs. I believe he should be held without bail until his sentencing is determined. Thank you for your time and attention to this case so far. You are appreciated. I know that you did not hear from me during this trial, but that I was in fact listed as a witness to Mr. Combs' abuse towards Cassie Ventura Fine. You also heard testimony about Mr. Combs assaulting me inside of his New Jersey estate. There has been a clear pattern of abuse on his part for years. Releasing him now would be unjust. Those of us who were subpoenaed are terrified at the possibility of his retaliation against us. I'd like to express how terrifying this whole ordeal has been for me personally. This past year and a half has been traumatizing. This verdict is devastating. His release would be sending a dangerous message to all survivors and victims of those types of crimes. I fear for my safety upon his release, and I ask that you consider all of the victims and witnesses involved in this case. Thank you for your careful consideration in this matter. And honestly, this is terrifying to hear and see from these witnesses that were forced to testify against Diddy. And the fact that Diddy's lawyer, right after they went and testified as a grand jury witness, was reaching out to these people. She goes on to say, "Where do we, the victims and witnesses, go from here? Do you understand how terrifying it is to have the feds show up at your door? Do you know how terrifying it is to be served with a grand jury subpoena? Do you know how insanely terrifying it is to be contacted by lawyers of the person at the center of the investigation? Even before the feds scheduled a meeting, how powerful is the person that can reach over the government? Dealing with witness tampering in real time is actually insane. I stand on everything that I have always said. Sean Combs assaulted me in 2008 in his New Jersey estate. This was addressed on the stand by David James. His assault against me was never denied. I was told by his executives at that time that I would be blackballed if I told. I should have sued him then, and I failed myself. When I found out about the 2009 beating of Cassie, my life was threatened, and I was told to keep my mouth shut.
Another Cassie friend with the narrative.
I believed that I would be unalived if I told about Cassie's abuse, and I remained silent. I failed Cassie. The video that you saw of him beating her was from 2016. He spent years beating her. Multiple executives over the years were in the same position as KK, who helped cover up the crimes over the years, are a huge part of this problem. Music and entertainment business is dirty. Abuse of women, money, power, and illegal substances is normalized. Nothing about what happened throughout Sean Combs' reign was normal. Nothing that happened to any of us was okay. None of it was warranted. What if Puff was actually a good man? I hope he gets the full 20 years at the very least, but I am not holding my breath. I am not okay. I have not been okay. I do not feel safe. I do not know where to go from here. I stand with Cassie as I always have. I do not understand the way this case was handled. We have all been put in danger for what?
It's one of the actual minor victims to Sean Combs' physical assault while I was employed by him. As someone who was a witness to the abuse towards Cassandra Ventura Vine during my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice, and I would like to also address that last year on March 20th, I was served with a grand jury subpoena that day before they left my home in Atlanta, Georgia. I confided in 3 different people about that visit from the feds. Terrified is actually an understatement. By April 11th of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer. I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government and that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are facts. This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I was supposed to testify this year on May 20th. I was in New York. It was announced. It was on CNN that I was supposed to be testifying, and I was pulled because I flipped out on the government. These are also I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe. I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here. Submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura fine in 2009. I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel when me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice. And beyond any of this, I don't really have anything more to say, and I really don't know where to go from here. Just know that I am terrified and I am traumatized.
But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Just know I'm terrified and I am traumatized. Okay? I saw Cassie with the bag. Okay? I am traumatized. I am a victim. Me. I am a victim. Do you not know a victim when you see one? I saw Cassie. Okay? I saw her with my own eyes. Okay? So you see now clearly I am a victim. I don't want Sean Combs on the streets. Girl, get your reading rainbow ass the hell off the internet. Get your reading rainbow ass the hell off the internet. We don't give a damn about that. Look, you see this shit? Trust no one. Trust no one. You don't trust these goofies. You trust no one. And Tisa, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Tisa, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more, okay? I say that for all my people, Tisa. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. Don't say it. Shame on you for calling me that. Freaking racist. Catfish smelling ass. Positive Q, thank you for the 10-piece. Says no words. Salute, I appreciate you. Salute, salute, salute. Say that's the truth. In the words of Kendrick, we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. We don't want to hear you say it, Tisa. I said she needs to be canceled. I think that we are doing a good job of canceling her. Tisa not looking so hot right now. It's looking like RatchetTV might be the new king of everything. A lot of people looking real iffy since this Diddy trial. I ain't gonna lie, man. Ratchet might be on top of the Diddy trial. It looks like the number 8 seed and snuck up and won the championship right now. It's looking like the 8th seed and came and took out the 1st seed in the first round of the playoffs. That's what it's looking like. It says she is looking distressed. They said, oh, these folks gonna come for Cassie bag too. Just watch. Yeah, they definitely are. She needs to be on $10. They said dead ass, and she could have all those what? Said dead ass, and she could have had all those house in condone. I don't know what the fuck that meant. But you wasn't terrified and traumatized before Sean was charged. Well, exactly. A lot of these victims are fake victims. Let's just keep it a buck. These are a bunch of fake victims, just like there's a fake advocate for women, and that's Tisa Tales. Tisa Tales is a fairy tale teller. Tisa tells fairy tales. Let's just keep it a big buck. I told y'all about this girl, man. This girl is a clout chaser. This girl's a liar. And I think I've done a very good job. I don't think anybody in the history of YouTube has done a good job as exposing Tisa Tales as RatchetTV has done. I think I've came and conquered. See, I could tell she don't know the 48 laws of power. She underestimated Big Ratchet and got bodied in the process. There's a lot of content creators who don't agree with you, Tisa Tales. Neek at Night don't fuck with you. Armand Wiggins don't fuck with you. None of the other content creators who were there fuck with you. They're all still cool with RatchetTV till this day. Like I said, I had a conversation with Armand, Tisa, and a few others earlier. Baby, they don't rock with you. And Neek is this close off your ass. I'm gonna be real with you. Neek is this far off your ass right now. Yeah, I told her it would be a good idea to just do it. Just go. Yeah. Who gives a fuck? I told her to do it. I hope she does. If she don't, it's cool. But I definitely told Neek to go in on your goofy ass. And rightfully so. I think you deserve it because you shaded Neek. You've been shading a bunch of YouTubers. You thought you was going to be the top dog and you thought that this was going to be your payday. Go start a podcast with Nancy Grace. At this point, I think Nancy Grace wants to say the N-word. I think you made Nancy proud when you called me a broke nigga. I really think Nancy Grace is like, you tell him, girl. You go tell him, Tisa. Tisa, you tell him, Tisa. Tisa, you call him as broke in, you call him more broke in words. I loved it, Tisa. I absolutely loved it, Tisa. You did us all the justice over here at the federal agency by calling him a broke ninja. I knew he was from the moment I saw him with his gold teeth and chains. I knew he was a thug. I knew it. He was a thug with his baseball caps, sneakers, gold chains, and gold teeth. I never liked him. I didn't like him. I was on him like white on rice. I was on RatchetTV like white on rice. You go, girl. You go. That's what Nancy told her when she called me a broke nigga. I'm sure of it. But, you know, that's a story for another day. That's a story for... Oh, man. Well, y'all, what else we got to say, man? I don't know what else we could even say at this point. I think we're doing a good job at a stopping point. What y'all think about the content, man? Let me know. Do y'all want to continue on this path of greatness that we going down? Because right now, RatchetTV is hot right now. We are cooking. We are boiling. We are on top of our games. They thought Tisa was going to be able to take me out. It ain't happening, baby. I'm hot as ever right now. Tisa, you can't stop me. A content creator, they ain't built the motherfucker that can stop me. AI content creators can't even stop me. Let's keep it a big buck. You will be gone way before I do, ma'am. You gonna be out of here before I do. You can conjure up whatever you want to conjure up. Get as many content creators on your team that's been saying the same bullshit about me for the past 4 or 5 years. Get off RatchetTV's D and go get you some business. Have y'all not realized that I'm the celebrity and y'all report on me because I'm the celebrity? Keep it a big buck. And Mo3 Sector, y'all trash, ass, false-ass content creators. This was y'all moment, and y'all always drop the ball, and y'all gonna always be broke, and y'all gonna always be beneath me, and I'm still gonna be on top of all y'all content creators because y'all just don't get it. But, salute. I'm still the hottest thing to ever come out this bitch. Hey, this your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang, and this is RatchetTV. Make sure y'all all subscribe to this channel because this is where you get the best content, man. And if you tired of your content creator getting on the screen, lying to y'all, wig flopping around in the wind, walking around smelling like seaweed, every corner they turn, there's a big odor that follows them, smelling like chicken of the damn sea. If you tired of that, come on over to Ratchet Gang. Get you a membership and sit down on the hottest platform on YouTube. Tisa Tells Lies. Your boy Ratchet improved it again. How much more do I gotta body your lying ass? How much more do I gotta body your lying ass? This your boy Big Ratchet, man. I love y'all more than y'all will ever know. I'll be back tomorrow night with more content. I'm getting the hell up off here, y'all. I got things to do. Your boy Big Ratchet signing off. Let me know in the comments section how y'all felt about the live. And also, if you do not support Tisa anymore, when this video ends, jump in the comment section and let everybody know that you no longer support Tisa Tells. Let me know in the chat how y'all feeling about it. I gotta go. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out, gang.